There we go. And look at that. Right on time. Ha! Naturally, of course, because I'm always on time. What I need to do now is actually make the announcement. Alright. Oh, crap. I also forgot to rename the stream. There we go. Who cares? It's just an increment, right? I can do that in post. I can do that once this VOD gets exported to YouTube, right? It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay. Hello, everyone. Pre-notification gang. Bam. There we go. But hey, how's everybody doing? How's everybody doing tonight? Yep. Hey, Aaron. Get subbed, Brat. Brat? Excuse you? Wow. That might be the nicest thing you've called me in a while. How you doing, Aaron? With a heart? Oh, okay. Yeah, with a heart. Gotcha. Hey, Stoic. Welcome in. How you doing? Annoyed brat. Oh, jeez. It was a term of endearment. You think you could just put in a heart at the end of every statement and it could just become endearment? I could say, wow, you're a worthless, like, piece of trash, heart. You think you think it's gonna work like that? But how's everybody doing in tonight? Doing in tonight? Wow. Alright, off to a great start, are we? Oh, sweet. What? Yeah. Brat Nova. Alright. Yeah, okay, so I just made the post, and we are good to go. But yeah. Today, I feel vindicated, because today was the end of a near 5-month saga of trying to get myself a new computer. And, about 3 hours ago, it finally came in. Despite the FedEx site saying that, yeah, we missed the window. I was like, wait, what? This happened twice now. Yeah, freaking finally. I know, right? Yeah. I was supposed to have gotten it on January, but but they apparently lost it, and it took me like 3 months of fighting them on it. Be like, yeah, you lost the package. I have the tracking number that says it was never delivered, despite it being like 3 months later. And they're like, oh well, we'll have to conduct an investigation. It was like, you've conducted 2 investigations at this point. But yeah, finally got it. But I mean, now it's too late, right? Because I got to devote all my time to getting these entries judged. So it's like, all right, well, I can't set the thing up right away because I got my job I got to worry about, and it's just been a mess. If it had happened when it was supposed to happen, you know, there would be a whole other story. But it is what it is now. But enough about my ranting. Hope everybody's having a decent Monday. Let me just go ahead and close down these other sheets that I have. I wanted to see if I can get at least one more game in before stream time, but just wasn't to be. That's all right. I think I'm doing all right anyway. So today we have a few entries that I wanted to go over that I thought were interesting to talk about, because they tried to do something. Okay, one of them actually tried to do something different, and I saw Benny play it, and I was like, yeah, all right. I think there's something interesting to talk about there because, I mean, I can go more in depth when we actually get started on it, but it was weird that the game offered a lot of different options, and yet without telling Benny, because I did not tell Benny my playthrough. I'm not sure Benny even knew that I played it already, but he went with a lot of the exact same options that I went with. And I thought that was crazy. So I was interested in doing a deeper dive into it today to figure out, you know, what could have caused us to do the same thing, to make all of the same choices. So with that, we're just going to go ahead and get started. Not a whole lot of yapping that we need to do today at the start. Benny and Nova are the same person, confirmed? Yeah, you got it. You caught us. That's why we're both live at the same time. I'm actually a ventriloquist. I can puppet both myself and Benny at the same time. There's some next level voice acting. Alright, so let us get started. One of you are AI. Well, I mean... Now who could that possibly be? But wait, if we're the same wait, hang on. If we're the same person, how could one of us be AI? God, that grammar. I'm sorry. Maybe I'm AI. It's funny that you insult your own grammar in the same sentence that you have poor capitalization and punctuation. English teacher. All right, let us get started. Actually, hang on. Let me pull up. This actually might be good for notes. So let me just pull up my notes and for this game, and then put it off to the side so you guys can't see it. All right. I never caps anything, but my punctuation is always correct. I was about to say, no, wait, hang on. You're capsing some stuff. You capsed AI, and then when you're screaming, you caps. Got caught. Alright. Let's get started with our first game today. Lol, that doesn't count. What do you mean that doesn't count? That's different and you know it. Yeah, but when I need to deliver a punchline, then yes, I can twist logic to fit my own needs. That's not the right one. I opened up a completely different game. There we go. All right, so this one has been on my mind even after I completed it. And I think, well, I think it might be, I just wanted to get some thoughts out. Because I know the dev really tried something different here. And so I think because of that, it's worth just going through. What up, fool? Hey, loser. How you doing? All right. Dead God, Black Mountain. So, this one stuck out to me for a number of reasons. And for those that are just joining us, this is not a live judging session. I watched Benny play this yesterday. Yeah, I was there too. Yeah. So this is not a live judging session. Every game that I'm going to play during these streams, I have already played. So, just to reiterate, if I come across any game-ending bugs, or stuff that would normally call for disqualification, don't worry, you're safe. I've already judged them. I've already scored them. We're good. The only exception being if I come across something that's, you know, obvious, that's like, that breaks certain rules. Like if I come across copyrighted material that I missed the first time, then yeah, sorry, that we're gonna have to take that to the round table. But everything has already been scored. I'm a pro if you need a hand. Have questions? Wait, what? You're a pro? Oh, okay. Buying plane tickets for the first time is nerve-wracking. Ah, gotcha. All right, first off, let's start off and just double check the settings that I have. Yeah, okay, we're good. I usually always make sure always dash is on because we never have most RPG Maker games I've noticed like never have like they always design their levels in such a way that you should always hold down shift to run. So I just have it on by default. I was playing Corpse Party. I'm still in chapter 1. Hey, Fake Coffee, welcome in. I'm glad that, you know, this random stream and this random game can pull you away from Corpse Party of all things. Okay, so let's get started. Black Mountain has begun to spew its soot and poison upon everything you love. You have 5 days to enter Black Mountain and put a stop to the source of the plague. If it is not destroyed by the end of the 5th day, your village will be uninhabitable and your fellow townsfolk will die or be driven away. Though you are a simple villager, you must now shoulder an incredible burden and move beyond the lowly expectations of your village life. Oh, there we go. All right. So yeah, there's the theme. Yeah. Use this time to plan, make allies, equip yourself with weapons, knowledge, and supplies for the battle ahead. But first, what is your name? Yeah. So I'm the type of player that if there's a default name on here, I just like to keep it as a name. So the only exception being if I'm testing a game, then I usually just put as many, the widest characters that I can find at the very end. But yeah, here, no, we're good. We're just going to do that. After the end of the First World, many races came to dwell in the Moiru territories. This is a very different experience trying to read this stuff out loud. Which race are you? Awesome. So, first off, I appreciate that we have a bunch of different characters, races that we can pick with. The Mazari are a race of squid-like humanoids with long tendrils emerging from their head, often with a veil-like appendage covering their head. They have an innate affinity for psi and can make capable psychics. A Mazari begins the game with psychic proficiency and may occasionally be able read the emotions of other characters. So the issue that I usually see whenever I see character creators like this is that you give a lot of skill names or other functions without really explaining what they are. Because remember, as a new player to the game, I have no idea what psychic proficiency is. Right? And you say you can make capable psychics? Okay, so I guess that just means, like, I don't know if psychic is an element or if this is like some kind of non-combat ability. Like, psychic proficiency, you, the dev, know stuff like this. I, the player, do not. I may occasionally be able to read the emotions of other characters. Okay, this is actually kind of cool. Will you be Mazai? So, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there. How goes the struggle? Hey, Leaf, welcome in. We just started. I'm just kind of talking about a game that I've already played and I still had some thoughts on. Now, this is going to be really funny. I don't know which race are you, Go Nova? Hey, Steel Soldier, welcome in. Wait, what? Which race are you, Go? Wait, my name is the one that you correct? And you correct it to itself? What? This is tripping me up. What's going on, Steel Soldier? Yeah. All right, so I don't know how crazy of a coincidence this is, but 4 races, right? There's like a 25% chance that this can happen, but somehow Benny and I chose the exact same race. Elf. Elves have an innate resistance to Satchwind, an invisible force that causes other races to wither and die. They can even eat food and drink water contaminated with Satchwind. As an elf, you begin the game with Satchwind proficiency and may enter Satchwind tainted area. Satchwind tainted R safely. Hey Looney, welcome in. Elves no relation to elves. I mean, that doesn't really bother me. Like, obviously, when you look at the in-game portraits, yeah, they look very similar to like what you would see as elves, but I mean, it's not like elves are based in reality anyway, so who cares, right? We being elf. So I picked Alf, personally. I picked Alf because, based on the description, it sounds like I was able to go to more areas naturally than the other races. And when I only have 5 days to prepare for something, I like to give myself as many options as possible. The Avarga is one of 2 forms of the Krikai race. They are large, heavy, chitinous, crab-like beings with immense strength and toughness. Well, I have no idea what the other ones are. Nobody does. I'm assuming that these races are all created by the dev, and that these are not like D&D races or something like that. An Avarga character starts with significantly higher attack, defense, and max HP, but is unable of wielding normal weapons or donning normal armor. Okay, not bad. And then the last one is the Jijig are one of 2 forms of the Krikai race. They're smaller, sitting at around 4 feet tall, with large chitin plates over their heads and waists. Like the Avarga, they have second set of arms, but the Jijig are far more dexterous with them and make for capable weapon fighters. A Jijig character begins with proficiency with a weapon type of their choosing and slightly higher attack than regular characters. Maybe Jijig. Now, for the sake of, argument, I'm going to pick a race that I haven't picked before. So, no elf this time. I'm going to be Krikai. Or Avarga, yeah. Welcome to Black Mountain. Before you start, we have some hints and tips for new players. Yeah, so this one I don't want to say I have too much of an issue with, because I understand that you want to give some last minute tips, but you want to teach players through actually playing the game, not by loading them up, by front loading a bunch of information there. I can promise you it's not going to get retained. Besides, a lot of this does seem to be already kind of redundant, I want to say, because a lot of it was shown in the intro as well. I'll say, what should I be doing? Nobody knows what is inside Black Mountain, but you can expect a fight. Really? A game with the theme of Beyond Expectations is telling me that I should expect a fight. Learning weapon skills, magic, buying weapons and armor, and recruiting followers will all help you in your task. Fair enough. Tell me about skills and spells. All magic and weapon skills, except claws and daggers, require proficiency to be able to learn skills and spells. Why? That's the first thing I want to bring up. Why? And we'll talk about that more as we go along. You will discover new kinds of magic and weapons as you play, so get out there and explore. So if I discover new types of weapons, what happens if I want to switch weapons? Interesting. But hey, I'm playing a character that doesn't have to worry about that now, so I can just ignore that whole proficiency mechanic. But yeah, find a trainer, I guess. Okay, good luck. Now, the moment I wanted to put this game on the highlight reel was when I looked at this. Well, not this one exactly. But I was like, you know what? Most games you start with nothing. No weapons, nothing on your body. No skills to speak of. And I'm somehow hurt. Why did I take damage? What hit me there? Huh? Wait, what? Okay. That's weird. Huh. Alright. So, yeah. The crab guy. We have no weapons, no skills, no followers, and I have to go save a village. The moment that I started this game and saw that with my elf character, I was like, ooh, okay. This is going to be kind of good. Oh yeah, first off, a myriad of old novels and writings line the shelves, you find some mind milk. And then you look at this. Your family had a few vintages saved up over the years. Now that they're gone, you may as well have a drink or two. Could be the last few drinks you have. But they're just potions. You don't have much in the way of wealth, but you're sure something here should be valuable. You find 10 kern. Nice. And there's nothing else in here. So yeah, got yourself a little booster pack, and as far as I can tell, that's the only time that you can actually pick something off the ground. Yeah. Yeah, I prefer being given information related to what I am interacting with at the moment, the way I have an easier time retaining information. So, I agree with that. But the thing is, with my time through this game, tells me that you are not going to win this game your first try. It's just not going to happen. So when you design your game with trying to go through it multiple times, yeah, I do kind of understand how you don't want to force too many tutorials down players' throats. At the same time, though, that initial run through is crucial, because if you realize you made it to the end and you fail, that's it. Your game is done. So the decision for players to go back and try it again all hinges upon their time with that first run through. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on. The damn mountain hangs over us like the Grim Reaper. I used to look up at it in awe. Now I hate the damn thing. Watch your language, child. If you need money, you may need to head elsewhere for a job. There are jobs in Terra Waterways and Mach Pass. I hope you can save our village, Sekal. You'd best journey to some of the neighboring towns. There's not much for you here. So it sounds like this place isn't really worth saving. I gotta admit, because this place is very bare bones, and there's so much soot here. It's like, what about this place makes it worth saving? They blocked the well. People kept drinking from it, even though the soot got inside. The tavern has been closed for the past few days. You don't know if it will ever reopen. Excuse me. The notice board is overwhelmed with missing persons notices, requests for fresh water, and information for people looking to leave town. Some notices catch your eye, however. In our desperation, we sought to send our daughter away to the Terra Waterways so that she may escape this horrid poison. We don't know if she made it there safely or not. If someone could make sure she's okay, we would be willing to pay what little we have left. Our daughter's name is Hesia. Please tell us she's safe. Okay, fair enough. The sources of your misery and woes is the infernal wind known as Ache. Ache is the invisible force that penetrates all aspects of the world and brings little more than pain and sorrow. Only through intense meditation, self-introspection, and the removal of all ache-stained elements in your life can you hope to cultivate Diz, the divine wind that brings hope in life. Excuse me. All artifacts from the world before do nothing but bring ache into your life. Discard them and know peace. Great Akhek comes, and the wave comes with him. Prepare yourself for the cleansing. Act now. Speak with a local Great Wave representative to know more. I have a backache. As if the soot weren't enough, bandits now prowl the streets at night. Stay inside and lock your doors. If a filthy bandit is reading this, I hope someone gives you what you deserve. Well now. Sounds like we gotta be on the lookout. This is the work of the elves. The damned elves spreading the Satswind wherever they go. The bastards are making us all sick. Very, very nice set of notices that we have here. You still owe me 50 kern. Cough it up. Please, there's nothing left. That's all they have to say about that. And you know what? I'm going to do something that I didn't do my first couple times through. Hey, if it isn't the hero of our village, what brings you here? I'm just checking in. I wouldn't come too close. I think I've come down with something. Is the soot making you sick? No. Well, yes, but this is something else, I think. I've got a terrible fever. I'm sweating, and I feel far too hot. I'm not well enough to work, and I'm not well enough to leave town. So I'm stuck here until I get better. If I get better, that is. So my first couple times through, I was like, listen, I'm on a time crunch. I don't see any reason why I should stay with you. And I'm not really sure why I would be given that option. So let's find out what happens when we do that. That would be nice, but everyone has either left or is far too busy. I'll stay with you. Really? You would? but your quest. Yeah, that's fine. You spend an hour talking with the sick girl. You talk about your lives in Seldai village and the good times the town has had. Though it does not heal the sickness, she does seem to feel better having some company. That's it? Thank you, Sakal. I will rest now. I appreciate you spending time with me. If you get time, could you drop by tomorrow? Okay, well, help me remember that. We're going to come back tomorrow and just see what happens. So, we now have to spend our time wisely. We have to get stronger, which I don't think we have to worry about with this character. At least we don't have to worry about getting more better weapons. Marriage? What? You think you see somebody who's sick and possibly on their deathbed and uh-oh. That ain't right. On their deathbed and the first thing you think of is, all right, got to put a ring on that. What? Yes? You guys continue to amaze me sometimes. Okay, so here it is. This is your world map. This is all the places that you can go to. Black Mountain you can approach at any time, but once you do, that is the end. You're not coming back. So let us go to Terra Waterways. From your current location, it will take 3 hours to travel here. Is that okay? Sure. Now it's lunchtime. Locked. Okay. Hey, short time. Don't forget to get a slot and charm if you want to visit Klein Burrow. Otherwise, you'll melt. Also, weird pathfinding thing here, but why... Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, probably should make sure that this guy doesn't wander into... Yeah, and this woman here doesn't wander into the runner's path. Get out of my way, I'm busy, he says, while just waiting for this one other person to just move. The house with the green roof is one of the nicest in all of the waterways. Only the Lord and his family can afford it. Good to know. I got swords, I got boards, I got Zwinders, I got life enders of all shapes, sizes, and dispositions. And we can't use a single one. I'm in a state. I'm in such a state. My son, my poor baby. Aye, lad, if ye be in my home, state your purpose. Not sure I'm looking for some work. The custom house is always looking for workers, but aside from that, I have nothing unless you can cure what ails the mind. What do you mean? It's my son. His brain has been muddied by some Mazari woman. He doesn't eat or sleep. He just stands still and does nothing. He cannot hear or talk. I put the Mazari woman in jail, and she'll be executed come sunset Kursal. I'll see what I can do. I would imagine that if you picked a Mazari at the start, then you would be given an option to handle this quest. I am not, however, so... Yeah. The Krikai child's eyes seem completely glazed over. He stares at nothing in particular and simply stands still. Expensive looking items line the shelf. You find a sharp dagger. Oh, well, there we go. Some lovely illustrated children's books are lined up neatly on the shelf. They look expensive. But you're not about to steal from a child, are you? Well, no, but I will steal from the parents, I guess. Not that it matters, because I can't use it. But hey, it's something I can sell. Get me some cash, so that's good. Oh. Yeah, I don't think that's supposed to happen. Weird, I'm coming across these my third time through. Did not notice these at all here. Okay, so let's save this really quick. Okay, 671. Alright, I need to check something, actually. Let's head back home really quick. Because one thing I did notice my first time through that I wanted to point out. You have a lot of time. Sorry, not a lot of time. So it's important that whatever you decide to do has to mean something to you as a player. So there were a couple times when I actually got hurt. And I was like, yeah, okay, I need to heal. So my thought was, I'll go home. You can rest here for 6 hours and gain some max HP and MP if you like. Sure, let's do that. You sleep soundly for 6 hours. You gain max HP and MP. Yeah, sure, why not? But no heal. Why? I gained the extra stats, but I did not heal them. Of all things to restore, not to restore when sleeping, why is it not HP and MP? So I get the idea of getting more max MP and HP. I think that's a great idea. But why would you not heal? That doesn't make any sense. So, at this point, our quest continues. Take 3 hours? Yeah, sure. 7 o'clock. You know what? I'm going to try this in a different way as well, because last time I did this once. Let's see what we did. We're going to go in here. So, the Mazari woman that we talked about earlier. Here she is. I've seen you before, haven't I? No. You haven't seen me, but I've seen you. They say the Mazari can sense their own destiny. This is true, for some more so than others. I am Sela, and you are Sakal. You belong to Black Mountain, or is it that Black Mountain belongs to you? Black Mountain will surely die without you, and you will die without me. Release me from this bondage, and you will have me as your ally. And there's the moral dilemma, you know. This woman has been accused of screwing up the mind of the Lord's Son, but she's also offering you help. So, now your choice is, okay, well, can you trust her? And, you know, I do appreciate that you're not given a straight answer. Is, as I said, the Mazari can dip their fingers into the rivers of fate, more so than others. I must help you in your task. Okay, why are you here? An accident, nothing more. And the fact that she's not willing to elaborate on that is actually kind of interesting. I know what you did. No, you don't. They keep saying I fried that boy's mind. I was trying to help him. He has been having nightmares for quite some time. The poor lad couldn't sleep. I just tried to stifle the commotion. Oh, and so she's basically saying, okay, well, I accidentally fried his brain. How can I help you escape? I cannot do much in here, so it would be mostly up to you, I'm afraid. Do you have any ideas? The guard? The guard on now, during the daytime. He's focused, diligent. It would be much harder to knock him out. The guard on night shifts would be far easier for you to overpower. He is distracted with thoughts of his newborn son and hasn't been eating so well. If you could overpower him quickly before he alerts any guards, you could take his keys and release me. But if you can't knock him out in one strike, you run the risk of him calling for help, and the whole of the waterways would be upon you. But please, don't kill him. He's a father, and he shouldn't die on my account. So, now it's just a question of, hey, can you trust her? Well, I think, personally, I would. Because if she's offering to help, it's like, okay, yeah, go for it. Alright, so let's try knocking this guy out. Let's go. Alright, and then attack. Got him. That was actually really easy. Now, granted, I know I've got a stronger character, but yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll check that. You defeated the guard? Amazing. I never doubted you. Free me, and I will uphold my end of the bargain. Okay. You open the door, and Stella hurries outside her cell. I must flee now. Have no fear. I will wait for you at Sildai Village. Speak to me there. Okay. So before we head back to Sildai Village, let's make the rounds and see what else we can do. Alright, if I remember correctly, I have... Oh, wow, this one doesn't have an icon for some reason. Yeah, okay, another one. Okay, Slot and Charm. A strange little charm surrounded by those skilled in Swatchun magic. Allows travel to elven burrows. Okay, so I believe that having this charm lets me get into that one area. And we're actually going to want to go into that one area that I could automatically get into when I was an elf. So let's just go ahead and do that, shall we? Okay, yeah, climb burrow. As you have the slot and charm, you can visit the burrow safely. From your current location, it'll take 5 hours to travel. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you were an elf, you wouldn't have to worry about buying that charm. You could just walk in here, which is a nice little race. It's a nice little race bonus that you get. Not sure if it was worth making an entirely different character for, but all right, sure. Hi, I'm Jemai. I'm an arborist and a Swatchun researcher. Nice to meet you. I'm just getting ready to travel for Mach Pass for my studies. I'm hoping to leave in the morning of Kursal and get there around midday. See you around. Alright, now we have to keep that in mind. So if we want to see her, the morning of Kursal and get there around midday. So midday, Kursal, we're going to have to be there. Let's check our calendar. Okay, Isal, Blaisal, Kursal. Okay, so Kursal is in 2 days, or actually tomorrow, I guess. It's already Blaisal. Okay, fair enough. Oh yeah, right. You may not enter the claim burrow proper. Short-lived raises must remain in the front foreign quarter. So if you were an elf, you could actually get an ending right here by just talking to them, being like, hey, yo, you want to come hang out? And then your character is like, wait, but what about the village? And then you could just say, fuck it, and then go in. And then that's an ending. So that's pretty neat. Ooh, multiple endings? Yeah, that's the only other one I've been able to find so far. But then again, I've only ever played as an elf. So, yeah. Alright, so let's talk to this person. I'm talking to these people in the order that I am on purpose. And hopefully once Kursal comes around, we'll find out why. You are an aberration. Your every breath sullies this sacred place. Sully what? There's nothing sacred about this Swatchun-infested dump. See? You are tainted, and your words are tainted also. If you will not respect this place, you must leave. What's going on here? I'm being driven out because I'm a dark elf. That's what. Because I'm one of those that survived. Don't say it. Say what? You know what a dark elf is? They were once regular elves that were abandoned at birth. This shouldn't be discussed in front of an outsider. Wasn't I an outsider just a second ago? Abandoned? Why? Because they had mutations deemed unworthy of the elf race. Because they were born with fatal mutations, they would have died within a year. I didn't, I lived. Then you would have been cast out because your condition would have made your life pained and miserable. It would have been a mercy. That's not for you to decide. It's my life, I get to choose. You are impossible. I'm not wasting my time with you any longer. I'm impossible? You're saying I should have been murdered? And then, okay, and then they're gone. Sorry for dragging you into that. I didn't mean to start anything, but the elves are a pompous lot. My name is Selene. Nice to meet you. What do you have against elves? Well, I'm a dark elf, so that should tell you all you need to know. I'm sorry, I don't follow. You don't know? Many dark elves were once regular elves, but we were born with or developed additional mutations. Regular elves often have unique gifts, such as horns, antlers, etc. They believe it adds to their grace and holds a portent as to their destiny. Those with undesirable mutations, issues with breathing, additional limbs, blindness, etc., are cast aside, often at birth or in the years after. Is that what happened to you? Do you normally ask us such personal questions, stranger? So here was my thought process when I was talking with this person. I was like, okay, you've got a portrait, you've got a name, I bet you're a party member. And at this point, I'm like, okay, what can I do to recruit this person? I wouldn't come up to you and ask you questions like, what is your biggest fear? So my response to this was, my biggest fear, not saving my village. Your village? Sildai Village. It's being poisoned by a mountain. That's rough. That's rough, buddy. I've never heard of mountains poisoning villages, though I suppose I don't know much about mountains. I hope you can find a way to stop it, or maybe find someone to help you. You don't have to go it alone. I'm dropping by Sildai Village on Kursal. Maybe we can talk more then. Let's remember this one line right here, because I've got some issues with that. Okay, see you. And I can't talk to you. And I can't steal. It's a shame. And I think we've done just about everything that there is to do here, sadly. Life's short for you. Buy something. Except there's nothing for me to buy here. Actually, now that I'm doing this, yeah, playing this is kind of on easy mode, isn't it? If I can't equip any weapons, then I don't have to learn proficiency with those weapons, which means I only have to worry about learning magic. But without any Kern, there's not much I can do about that. Ableist elves? Yeah, pretty much. Getting awfully master race there, aren't they? Alright, let's head back to the waterways. Hopefully it's not going to be... You think I've got time? Do I have time? Do I have time? Whoops, that's not it. Alright, looking for a job? Ah, crap. I got some off the books gigs for you. Alright, so I guess it's not nighttime anymore. That is a shame. Alright, fine. We can just do this. Looking for work, bud? Could use someone to handle short incoming deliveries. Pays 15 Kern for 8 hours with a 15-minute lunch break. No. Nobody wants to work anymore. Because actually, you know what? No, let's do that. Let's do that. A pair of gloves to help with the splinters. Even though I've got claws, but alright, sure. You work hard and honest for 8 hours. You never want to touch a crate again. Though the lunch break was nice. You get 15 Kern. Now, I do appreciate how tight the economy is in this game. Because right now, all I've gotten, I've only earned 25 total Kern so far. And because everything is, I don't want to say cheap, but a lot of items are low in cost. So the lower your economy, I just realized I'm hiding the... I'm hiding that, aren't I? All right, wait a minute. Okay, well, I have 15 Kern right now. So the fact that most of this stuff is actually on the cheaper side means that you don't have to do a lot of grinding for cash. But what you do have, you do have to think about what you buy. So 10 Kern is actually kind of a big deal to burn just on a slot and charm. So if you pick an elf race, you don't even have to worry about that. So you just have to work as much as you can. So it's 1:50 p.m. now. Let me head on over to the mines. Hey Mia, welcome in. Welcome in. Glad you're doing well. All right. Seems as if Avarga is about to begin a religious sermon. Shall you stay and listen for an hour? Again, I don't know why this is even an option. Because you're on a time crunch here. Oh, right. Speaking of time crunch, I just remembered. Let's advance that other quest line. If it is a quest line. Back to Sildai Village. We need to go back there anyway. 7:50 p.m. I'd like to talk to the other person who's currently dying. Oh yeah, there's Sella. Hello again, Sakal. I wanted to thank you for freeing me. You have been kind to me, though you know nothing about me. You did not betray me or turn me away. I will not forget this. Now I will fulfill my end of the bargain. The journey to the heart of Black Mountain will be dangerous, but I feel you have no other choice. Hey, Liberty, welcome in. This guy is crazy nice, not mean. What? Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I read that. I was like, wait, I read that backwards. It was like, yes, I am crazy nice. I'm the nicest person to have ever existed. Don't let anybody in chat tell you otherwise. Allow me to accompany you in your quest. Sure. And now we've got our team. Support the nice guy. Exactly. Support the nice guy. Let me show you guys just how nice I really am. The Mizari girl looks sick. Her skin is pale and she seems to be sweating constantly. Thought I'd keep you company for a while. Alright, you spend some more time with the sick girl. You talk about the future of the village and how you hope to enter the mountain. Her condition is slightly worse than that of yesterday. And we get nothing else here. I will rest now. You are kind to spend time with me. And now it is 8:50 p.m. 9 p.m., excuse me. So around this time... Yep, there we go. So here's the bandit. So for those that are wondering, hey, this game doesn't have any fights up until the Black Mountain. Well, here's a fight. Give me everything you have. Now. And it's over. Whoops. On the corpses of the bandits, you find 5 kern. Yeah. So let's talk about that for a second. And I have to pause now because time actually passes by in real time. Now, I'm going to... So if you guys were there during Benny's stream yesterday, you'll note that he made was very upset that there was no fighting until you got to the Black Mountain. While that's technically not true, as I've demonstrated, I wanted to elaborate on that a little bit more, because after going through this a couple of times now, I actually find that, personally, I think that the lack of fights is actually okay. I'm okay with the lack of battles up until this point. Because the game basically has 2 different parts to it. The first part is what we're doing right now, which is prep for the Black Mountain mission. And then the second part is the actual execution of the Black Mountain mission. You know what? I just remembered. Yeah, there's something here that we haven't checked out. Tara Waterways. Okay. We got it. Okay, let's check the Tara Waterways. All right. Now, so I actually think I should probably go judge more games, to be honest. I mean, yeah, go right ahead. Yeah. So I actually think it's fine that this part doesn't have... that this part does not have a lot of combat to it. However, there's a big however that goes around here. And that is, players need to know exactly how they're spending their time in the first part. Because I can tell you from experience, my first time through the game mirrored much of Benny's first time. Which is, you're trying to get a handle on how this game works. Right? So the idea of players have not really internalized proficiency skills yet. Never mind needing trainers for them. Now, I'm actually lucky enough that I picked a character that doesn't need it. But that's 25% chance that you're going to pick a character that doesn't need that. For the rest of us, you're going to be like, okay, well, what about certain skills? You know, how do we get more skills? Because right now, we have played this for... I'm going to the waterways, right? Yeah, okay. Whoops. Wait a minute. That wasn't right. Yeah, also, by the way, if you're going to have transfer events at the edge of your map, make sure to put your characters 1 tile off of that, because if they start going somewhere else, then if they go up or down, then yeah, that's not great. Teaching your players how to play is an important part of the game, especially when you have an open, I don't want to say open world, but a very non-linear approach at the very start of your game, like this game does. Because, yeah, right now I don't have any proficiencies. And actually, wait, where are the trainers? Yeah, there's no trainers here. So, the only thing I've done to get stronger right now was I recruited Sella. And I slept and got some extra HP and MP that I haven't healed, by the way. I still have 0 skills, 0 arts, and no real way to know how to acquire them. I mean, I do, because I've already played this game a couple times. But new players, they're still going to be looking. By the way, random thing, I'm now taking Sella to the person who has accused her of brainwashing his son. 0 reaction to that. What? Why? Why is there no reaction? I'm looking for work. So I'm looking, aside from that, I have nothing unless you can cure what ails the mind. What do you mean? It's my son. His brain has been muddied by some Mazari woman. He doesn't eat or sleep, just stands there. He doesn't talk. The she-witch that did this even escaped from me jail. I've got nothing to do, nobody to turn to. The she-witch you're referring to is literally right there, and there is 0 reaction to it. What? The she-witch that did this is due to be executed at sunlight, so that's a bit of comfort to me. Despite the fact that you literally just said that she escaped the jail. Okay. Sorry for your loss. Okay, maybe we can, give her some redemption. Alright, let's take her to the kid that she accidentally fried the brain of. The creek-eyed child's eyes seem completely glazed over. He stares at nothing in particular and simply stands still. Nope. Okay, nothing there. So, what? I refuse to believe that this wasn't thought of by the dev. That this possibility was not thought of at all. I refuse to believe that. So, either this wasn't followed through because of time constraint or what, but actually, I don't even want to blame it on time constraint because, everyone had the same amount of time. It was, the devs developed time constraint, maybe, yeah. I don't know. As I was talking, I realized that, everyone else had the exact same time constraint, and planning is also an important part of this. So, it is what it is. Like, I understand if life happened and the dev didn't have time to implement everything that they wanted to. But as a judge, listen, as a dev, I understand that life gets in the way sometimes. As a judge, that's not my problem. I hate to say it. I hate to say it like that, but it's true. I have to judge what's here, and what's here, there's a lot missing. Well, yes, but also people's lives have different stuff going on. Are you in my brain? No, I mean, we've all been there. I mean, we're all devs. We've all participated in jams. We know what happens. We know life gets in the way. I do like the non-linear approach. This, however, feels like a game that needed more than 1 month. Well, that's the thing. There are ways we could have handled that. But not all of them are created equal. So ultimately, it's the dev's vision, and we can make all the suggestions that we want, but I want to make sure that they're as in line with the dev's vision as I really wanted to. It is something that you have to be carefully planned when it comes to nonlinear stuff. Yes, exactly. Let's see. So it is... Okay, so it's Cur Day, right? Let's go in and see if... Oh, there she is. All right, moment of truth. Hey, nice meeting you again. Okay, Dev, let's have a talk for a second. Just you and me right now. Dev, I need you to know this reaction from Selene. This is the first time I've seen this. I've done pretty much everything else I've interacted with Selene the exact same way the last 2 playthroughs of this game that I did. Every time I talk to her in this village at this time, she says something different. I have no idea what's going on. The first time, she's not even named Selene. She said Dark Elf, and she's like, "Hey, who are you?" The second time, again, this is after I met her in the tavern. I come back, and it says Selene, and she says, "Oh, you're back again? Sorry. Oh, you're following me? Go away." And now I'm having a third reaction. That's completely different. Nice meeting you again. Easter eggs are cool. I would not call this an Easter egg. I would call this inconsistent eventing. Don't mind me just passing through. Oh, there it is. There it is. There it is. She was Selene, and now she's Dark Elf again. No, this is the reaction that she had the first time through. Won't be staying long with all the smog. And now she's gone. And I know this. I know she can be recruited. I know we're not supposed to use game pages as... what is this? I know we're not supposed to use game pages as... what's it called? To help with the judging process. But I want to point out that on... crap. All right, hang on. I don't have the page. Could it be a case of randomized text? I don't think so. I mean, all right, fine. Let's check this out. Hey, nice meeting you again. Yeah, don't mind me just passing through. Okay, wait a minute. Let me open up the link to this game. I was going to say, because I was looking at the entry page, and I noted that Selene was actually on the screenshot in a battle screen. So I know you can recruit her. So the way that she's acting here is bizarre. And let me tell you something. That's what held my first playthrough back. Because my first priority was recruiting party members. And I could not for the life of me consistently figure out how to recruit anyone other than the one that I got. Hang on, let me grab the page. Nova in a bunny suit is wild. Yeah, you can thank 10 for that. Yeah, that's all the fan art of me and my characters that people have drawn. So, you know, if you want to find your way up here, you know what to do. So yeah, we have Selene right here. I know you can recruit this character. So, admittedly, I didn't look at this page until after I beat it the first time. But the fact that she had a portrait meant that she was somebody important. Won't be staying long with all the smog. Yep, there we go. Okay, and that was the last time I was ever able to talk to her. So I kept going around, passing more time, and then coming back here. Kept trying to talk to her at different times. Never could recruit her. It's hard to tell. Like, as a judge, one of the hardest things to do is figuring out the difference between, you know, a legitimate bug in the game versus a game that was designed the way that it was. But this feels 100% like a bug. So that's what I was struggling with. And that's why I was woefully unprepared my first time into Black Mountain. You know, let's see if we can find another bandit, because I could use some extra free kern. I guess there's no more bandits at 4 o'clock in the morning. So, actually, being in here reminds me of the other tangent that I had. So, I don't mind that the first part of this game is not battles, and the second part of the game will be battles. However, if players don't know exactly how they're getting stronger, especially when you had the struggle that I just had about trying to recruit somebody and you just couldn't recruit them, that's when things are going to fall apart. Now, based on the fact that there were a couple of fights here, one with the guard and one with the bandit, even though they didn't really work out very well, that tells me that the dev is okay to the idea of having fights before the mission, before the Black Mountain mission. Okay, cool. Now, part of the feeling of dread that this game is trying to invoke is you have no idea what to expect when you're going into Black Mountain. You have no idea how strong the enemies are. You have no idea if you prepared enough. I appreciate that. However, if you're going to include fights in the first part of this game, I think it would be a really good idea to have those fights be as difficult as the earlier fights in the Black Mountain mission so that players can kind of gauge for themselves if they're ready or not. Because if they're fighting somebody, if they're fighting a lowly bandit and they're getting their butt handed to them, they know they're not ready for Black Mountain, so they got to go prepare accordingly. And because we can start off as 4 different types of races, I'm assuming each of those races have different starting stats. So that's a good way to gauge if you yourself are ready or not. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Ah, crap. Yeah, that's not going to work, will it? I forgot. I wanted to go check out the other mission. Okay, but you know what? While we're here, I'm also going to point out another big problem that I have with this game. Big problem. My lack of navigation is not one of them. Sorry, that's on me. So the job that I was trying to do at night was this one. For the suspicious Mazari. Come back at night, I got some off-the-book jobs for you. If you do these jobs, you will get some cash, you will get a free item, but you will lose 50 max HP. That's dangerous. That's a very dangerous drawback to impose on the player, especially because you don't tell the player beforehand that they're going to lose max HP. Okay, so losing max HP is fine, right? But you have party members to back you up, so if something goes wrong, that's not a problem, right? Wrong. Because if your player character... I'm just going to spoil this right away. If your player character dies, game over. Right then and there. We're doing SMT rules here. So, if your main character dies, doesn't matter how many of your other party members are alive. You're going straight to a game over. Each of these things by themselves, the job costing max HP, you not being told the max HP penalty beforehand, and main character death equals game over. Those are fine on their own, right? I'm not going to complain about, like, if you don't like them, that's one thing. But as a game designer, those mechanics are fine. But you can't have all 3 of those at once. Because remember, right now, the player character is in no danger. We have not had any fight up to this point where we were in danger, and we wouldn't know firsthand that that my HP reaching 0 brings you to game over screen. The only way you're going to find that out is on day 5, when you're going into the Black Mountain, when it's too late to make any changes. That is, all 3 of those aspects are unacceptable together. You cannot do that. Not unless you want to piss players off. That's what's really important. That's why it's really important to help players understand what they're getting into before they do it, before they make the commitment of time. Okay, well fine. Let's see if we can grab the other character. Just FYI, I was not able to actually find this other person my first couple playthroughs as well. Okay, she was supposed to get here at around midday. I'm looking around. I'm not seeing her. So, Varga's about to get in. Shall you stay and listen for an hour? No, I will not. Now, the mining job, on the other hand, you're always in need of workers from time to time. It's hard work, but the wages are fair enough. Would it suit you perfectly? Avarga are some of our best laborers. Huh. Alright, I don't know if there's anything different if I'm an Avarga or not, but... Now, she did say that she would arrive here by midday, so maybe if we wait like 10 more minutes, then maybe something will happen. No. Have fun. What, have fun waiting for 10 minutes? Oh yeah, that's loads of fun. Yeah, still nothing over here. That's alright, we can go around, we can check out what's over here. The farm grows, all is well. Looking to buy something. Meat, that's alright. Just want to drop by and give support. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. Looks like you found the Zwinder grounds. Here we teach the art of the two-handed sword. You'll need the beginner class before you can learn anything advanced. Will take 4 hours. Hey, thank you so much for the sub. Yeah, I appreciate that. Appreciate that. That's great. Take 4 hours to learn and cost 4 currents. Shall we begin? Nah. Make up your mind. The sad part is I don't even need to learn these. I don't know why the game lets me learn these proficiency skills when I literally cannot use them as an Avarga. But alright, sure. Alright, now it's 12. Okay, it's midday and we're at the pass. Can we find her? Can we find the other person? Nope, I'm not seeing him. From Great Akek, Karen's words remind me of home. Or the religion of Shatok, though only through rumor. It's a strange religion, one without a god. Okay. Nope, nothing in here. A notice board with nothing on it. Yeah, okay. And that was my problem too. I couldn't find where she was. Maybe we wait for like another hour. Nothing? So yeah, it's kind of hard to prepare for yourself. It's kind of hard to prepare your party when half the party members are not where they're supposed to be and not doing what they said they were going to do. Yeah, that makes for a rather difficult game, you know. But hey, I guess we'll just have to make do with the character that we do have. So let's take a look at Sella. What can she do? Warp mind. Reach into one's mind and bend it. Single target damage. Okay, fair enough. Use the power of your mind to assist in deflecting attacks. Reduce attack of all enemies. Okay, that's pretty good. That's a whopping MP cost, though. Mandela effect. Remove the memories from several opponents. Does no damage but has a chance to cause forget. Does the game ever tell you what forget is? No. Well, that sucks. Okay, then let us head back to Salde Village and then see what's going on here. Okay, do you have anything else to say? Nice meeting you again. Yep, okay, don't mind me just passing through. Yep, alright, so she's a lost cause, which sucks. The Mazari girl looks sick, her skill is pale. Yep, here are the village. Yep, thought I'd keep you company for a time. She is finding it harder and harder to talk now. Her condition is deteriorating day to day. You're not sure how much longer she has left. Okay. I guess there is not much else here. So, now here's the next question. As a cheatin, as a Avarga, who cannot use weapons, who cannot buy any more armor, I have not been able to find shields, head armor, or accessories in all my time with this game. So I don't even know why those are left as equipment slots. That doesn't make any sense to me. But fine, whatever. It is what it is. So anyway, with all that being said, what is even left for us to do to prepare? Not 100% sure about that, to be honest. Let's go to Tara Waterways. There was a notice on there, on that board in the first village, about someone who's supposed to have been here. Let's see if we can find them. No. Marzari Whoopin was at the jail. Yep. Yep, alright. Already know that. That's a weaponsmith. Can we get her any new weapons? Jinzai Cutter. That's a pretty good one, but... no. Okay, well, there's some shields, but nobody that we've been able to talk to has been able to equip shields, so that sucks. There's a friend looking to buy. Alright, well... ooh, okay, we can get her some Akek plate, whatever that is. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay, let's check out our... Okay, so, wow. Okay, Sella's got more defense than me, and that's perfectly fine. Weird that she can't equip... Okay, so she has a shield slot, but she can't equip shields on the shop menu. That's weird. Okay, so what else can we do? Our 2 party members are awash. Our skills... we can't learn any other skills. It's also kind of weird that, you know, for someone who cannot equip any weapons, they have no abilities of their own. Why is that? That's so strange. Locked. Okay. Want to visit the customs house at night? It's full of criminals. Yep. Locked. Okay, I don't think this person is even here. And given what we've seen so far, it's hard to tell if the person not being here is due to a glitch, or should we Dark Souls it and then pretend like she never actually made it? Oh, that doesn't look right. Whoops. Yep, character's too wide. That's going to look weird. Yeah, locked. Everything's locked. I guess all we can really do now at this point is to make our way to Mock Pass and then do some mining jobs. What else do you have? Great wave comes from south. Yep. Great Akek himself will not be upon us for some time, but the forces of the wave will be there before then. They have no tolerance for things from the world before. Fair enough. Mock Pass holds many teachers from all over the Mora territories who have a trainer inside, who know weapons, and even Avarga martial arts. Which is pretty cool, I think. Let's just go ahead and save right here. We make our way up. Locked. And then this is... Oh, here we go. You'll force gently into your mind. Hello, Sakal. I am Aspen, a psychic and teacher of the ways of Sai. How can I help you today? I met another psychic named Sella. Ah, Sella. Did you say she could read your future, your destiny? Such magic doesn't exist. She must simply be pulling information from your mind and using it to garner your goals, your ideas, your aspirations. I can do it too. You need to save your village from some kind of catastrophe. Do they not realize that Sella is literally standing right behind me? But Sella is a nice girl. Odd, but nice. I don't believe her talk of reading the future, but she's kind, even to people she doesn't know. Okay, so Sella has no, alright, no reaction to any of this. Okay, might as well just learn some, if Sella in party. Yeah, that's, again, this feels undercooked. Like, very clearly, no dev would have looked at this situation and be like, wait, no. It's okay if Sella were to just stay silent the whole time. That just tells me that the dev ran out of time. Which, I don't have enough money. Oh, crap. I'm broke. Right, because I spent all that getting Sella some better gear. Okay. Come back between 6 a.m. and 2 p.m. if you're looking for work. Okay, easy enough. But yeah, the other character is not here, despite being on the game page saying that she's recruitable. I don't know what I'm missing, but even if I am missing something, this is still my playthrough of the game. So it sucks. It sucks to see. All right, where are we going now? Soldai Village. There was something else I wanted to check out. I wanted to showcase, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, right. It wasn't showcase. I was trying to go and get some cash. Sorry about that. Let me just go ahead and take care of that Discord message. Turn on streamer mode because I don't want you guys to be hearing all the sounds that Discord is making. There we go. Okay. So, we are going up here. Some extra dough. There's some special shipments coming in. Alright, let's do it. Can do that. Let's get you to work. Work is tiring. You feel like you're practically sprinting to meet the deadline. You move box after box of contraband goods. Yeah, and I swipe some stuff. 18 Kern, energy elixir, lost 50 HP. Again, I think that is unacceptable in a game where you lose... Whoa, what was that? In a game where you can die. Your main character goes down and it's game over. I think that is not acceptable. And you're not going to know that until you actually challenge Black Mountain when you're at the end of the game. Alright, so let's head back home. Now I'm invested. I want to see if there's anything involved in talking with the girl. The Mazari girl looks horribly ill. Her skin is turning flush with red, and she is drenched in sweat. Keep you company for a while. The sick girl can barely talk. She fades in and out of consciousness as she lies on her bed. It feels like I'm melting. Like my blood is about to jump out of my skin. Sakal, I don't think I will live to see the village saved. I will pray for you, for everyone. If I can help you from the other side, I will. She looks near to death, as near as you've seen someone be without actually being dead. If I live to see the morning, please don't visit me. Just focus on your quest. So far, the only thing... now that I'm actually doing that, I didn't know this was a quest line. I gotta be honest. I thought this was just a one and done thing. Gotta be honest. Like, that is the most involved quest line that I've been a part of so far. And it's just going in here and spending an hour with this person as she's dying. Can we have more things like that, please? Or at the very least, have stuff that just works. I would appreciate that as well. Anyway, so day 4, I'm just going to spend all day working, to be honest. Would you consider that an Easter egg? No, I wouldn't consider that an Easter egg. That's just a quest line. A quest line that progresses. An Easter egg is just like a one tiny little like nod, like a wink, something that's not necessarily related to the game. It's just like, hey, here's a little fun thing for you to find. Like, for example, for those that have played Portal, you know about the cake is a lie. If I just found a random place way off the beaten path and their message, the cake is a lie, on the wall, I would consider that an Easter egg because it's just a little fun little thing. What we were looking at is a progressing quest line. Come back between 6 a.m. Oh, okay. No mining. Yeah, this job actually gives you strength buffs. But sadly, it looks like it is not to be this time. Alright, fair enough. In that case, let's go... Let's see, I have 18 Kern. Oh wait, no. We don't need anything else here. I haven't been able to figure out what fresh meat does. Maybe that heals? Okay, don't need that. Piss off, you stupid bot. You worthless, pathetic bot. I already have the best viewers. I hate to tell you guys this. I have to tell every bot that comes in. It's like, hey, you want the best viewers? Well, too bad. I've already got the best viewers. It's a shame, but yeah. Ready for the barbecue. It doesn't look like there's anything I can do with that, though. I can't do anything with it on its own. Yeah, I can't do anything with that. Alright. Okay, 6:20 p.m., huh? Alright, let's go find some place where they're selling some life elixirs. Actually, yeah, let's head back to the burrow. Let's see. Let's see this for a second. First off, let's take a look. Yep, sure enough, this woman is not there. She said she'd be at the mock pass, but she is not. Anything else? Another trainer. Okay, welcome to Spear Hall. I'm the instructor here. Listen closely, do as I say. I don't need to do that because I'm a crab. I'm a crab man. All right, what about you? What do you got for me? Nothing good. Okay. Yep, nothing else over here. Okay. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, there's nothing else for me here. That is a big shame. Okay, then now I have to ask, where do we go from here? Tara, waterways. What? I did it again. All right, we doing this. Okay, items. Nope. Okay. Law Nightbot. Yeah, okay, so I guess I got to assume that there's a bunch of new people in here. For those that are new, Nightbot likes to spit out quotes that I have said at some point out of context. You are never going to know the context for these. Mostly because I don't even remember the context for those. Those are things that the community has put into the quote system, and whatever I say, you guys can just put that in. So, whatever I've said in there, I've said at some point in the past. And do not ask me for the context. You should really ought to drink that. Ah, yeah. Okay, gotcha. Sorry, yep, alright. We got that. Okay. There's no place where I can buy potions. This is looking like. Let's see what's in here. Alright, he's popping off. This is great. Have yourself a drink on me. Oh. Well, thank you for that. What's wrong, big fella? I don't know. Maybe it's nothing. Sniff. Come on, you can tell me. It's just my girlfriend. She's an elf, you know? Good for you, or I'm sorry for your loss. Wow, okay. We could be supportive or massively racist. Alright, well, good for you. I love her and everything, but I can't help but feel that everything is just a fling to her. They live forever, man. She was with her last boyfriend for 90 years. He died of old age. I love her, but I can't feel that she loves me back. That's rough, buddy. Sorry, it's just, I feel like I need someone to talk to for a while. Okay, actually, I have not seen this one before. Let me check this one out. You can talk to me. Hey, thanks, buddy. You're a nice guy. You spent 2 hours lending your shoulder to Yavarga and doing your best to cheer him up. Thanks, man. I think you're right. Maybe I should think on the bright side. I won't be drowning my sorrows here anytime, but if you see me at the market, come say hi. Awesome. And everyone just apparates out of existence. Alright, my mind was wandering. The wind of ache has distracted me. Wait, huh. Interesting. Why is this person... Okay, a robed Avarga, and you have a face set. I guess you're important? Not that I would know. This is actually the first time I've seen these people. Because I've been too busy trying to figure out what's going on. I have to give them credit. Crab people is a race I've never seen used in RPG Maker. Yeah. As far as I can tell, I don't recognize any of these tile sets. So, I'm assuming that, like, most if not everything here is custom. Which is great. Hey buddy, it's me from the tavern. You cheered me up the other night, remember? Tell me if you want anything I'm selling. I'll give you a discount. Ooh, nice. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, there's some HP increasing items. I appreciate that. I would rather have something that I can use to heal. So what about you? Very special item stock. A rare artifact from the world beyond. A painting. Oh. Hey, whoa, this is new. Sella, Sekal, if you want this painting so badly, I could acquire it for you. Huh. What do you know? There is some bonuses for having party members in after all. You want to steal it? Yes, it would be a trifle. I could use my mind to simply will it into your hands. Okay, sure, let's do it. I don't care. I'll do whatever I gotta do to save my village. You walk past the vendor and the painting slips into your hands like magic. You retreat before anyone can see. Ta-da! The power of Sai. Cool. So what am I gonna do with that? A tattered piece of art from the world before. It depicts a woman of unknown race, carrying a flag and leading a group of others. Well, it's listed as a consumable, but I can't consume it. Okay, interesting. You have anything else you want to... My painting, my artifact is gone. Sad. Can I see your wares? Okay, you just sell armor. Good to know. Yeah, I don't recognize this tile set and it looks consistent with the character sprites. Yeah, and that's great. I definitely appreciate that. It's just a shame that it comes at the cost of a more consistent game. So, day 5 actually. This is day 5. I have to challenge Black Mountain today at some point, and I've done not much in terms of actually preparing myself, and that's another part where this game kind of fails. And I had it easy, to be honest, because I'm playing as a character that does not need to train with weapons. Can you imagine all the time that we spent on here playing as a character that does need to train weapons to get skills? Let's see what this does. Great, grab a pick and shovel from the cart and down to your string. You spend the next 8 hours digging rocks, hauling ore, and doing back-breaking work. Your size lets you carry twice as much as most, smash rocks easier, and take the load off some of your fellow laborers. You did great, big guy. Better work means better pay. You get 18 kern. The hard work has made you stronger. Your attack has increased. So yeah, why would you ever want to do literally any other job other than this one? Because not only does it get you money, but you get bonuses. A bonus to attack, as opposed to the other one where you lose HP. Like, yeah, that's a no-brainer to me. Weapons, armor, everything the budding warrior could ever want. There have been several different shops that all sell the same stuff. And not a single one sells me life elixirs. And I have no skill. Sella has no skill to heal. So, yeah, whatever we're going to do in there, we're going to do on our own. Yeah, alright. Wait, what was that? Misery? Here we teach art of the two-handed sword. And then Ista. This person's having an identity crisis. It goes from Misery to Ista. Okay, that was weird. Okay, so I know she told us not to do it, but before let's pay one visit to the girl back at the dying girl, and then we're gonna make our way to Black Mountain. Do you have literally anything else you want to say? Hey, nice meeting you again. Nope. I have no idea what's supposed to happen here. Ah, crap. Do not enter Sakal. A murder... Whoa, hold up. A murder has taken place. Laya is dead, slain by some manner of horrible demon. A demon seemingly made of blood. Fear not, the demon has been dealt with, sent back to hell. Well, that sucks. That was the one like quest line in this world I was actually kind of hooked on. Be like, hey, wait, there's something here. Well, that's a shame. Well, nothing much to it then. Let us move on to Black Mountain. So, I don't know about you guys, but I felt like I just did a lot of wandering and not a lot of building. It really doesn't help that I tried to go find 2 other party members and either the game bugged out or what, because I must have missed something. I mean, I was at Mock Pass. You know, we saw somebody at Claim Burrow who said, hey, we'll be there. This person right here said that, hey, we'd be at Mock Pass midday on the 3rd day. Nope, she wasn't. And then Selene. We thought Selene was going to be at Sildai Village and said, hey, let's talk more there. Well, she was there, but nope, she had nothing to say to me. That's the kind of thing that discourages replay value when, assuming this was not a bug and that something was going weird, like I just missed the timing somehow. That's what keeps players from replaying your game. Because at this point, I feel like there isn't anything else I could have done to prepare. Which means everything that we're doing right now, this is the best we can do. Once you go there, you will not be able to return until the deed is done. Are you sure? Yes, I've done all that I can. With your village's fate in your hands, you boldly travel to Black Mountain. And for some reason, running is disabled here. I don't know why. There's a long, empty plain with nothing to do. It's kind of weird to force you to slow down. This does not build tension. This just adds annoyance. Because you really have to look at all these flat tiles. That's why they want you to slow down. Why I'm given an option to wait a while, I have no idea. Especially because waiting doesn't seem to do anything. But hey, let's go. Inside you can hear a deep growl as if some beast is inside, waiting. This is it. I can feel it. Space. Your destiny awaits. Can you really read my fate? I know you doubt me. It's okay. I doubted myself for a while. What I'm feeling is not just what I can read from your mind, but something else entirely. It feels like the mind of the universe itself. I fully believe it is your destiny to triumph over whatever lies inside this mountain. I wouldn't be accompanying you here if I didn't think you could do it, Sekal. I don't believe in you as belief implies some kind of faith or trust in the unknown. I know it will be done, as sure as the sun and moon will rise. Genuinely inspiring. Too bad I don't believe it. With nothing else behind you, there is naught else but to do but go forward. And so you go. And here we are, Black Mountain. Hey there, buddy. Whoever that is. Genuinely, this is kind of a scary part of the game. Because I like what you're trying to do here. Because you're wandering in. It's now a labyrinth. This is the first thing that you're seeing of Black Mountain. Whoa! Jump scared. And here's our first battle in Black Mountain. Because remember, at this point, we didn't fight any real fights. Right? We were supposed to fight a bandit. That didn't happen. And now here we are fighting this guy. Okay, so magic. Okay, Sekal doesn't know anything, so all he can do is just attack. Sela doesn't know anything, doesn't know a lot of magic, but I don't have any items that I can restore MP with, so now I need to be careful. So yeah, Big Daddy, yeah. All right, let's just attack and just see what happens. Right, that was a lot of damage. Okay, another thing I really like. You take out an enemy and their light source disappears. It's a nice touch. The body of the thing slumps to the ground. It once stood around 3 or 4 feet tall. Now it's a crumpled heap. You poke around the body. It almost seems as if the strange suit it dons has fused or been grafted to the very skin of the creature. It seemingly has no face, just latex and rubber fused to bone and cartilage. I glanced into its mind for a moment. It did not think as sapient beings should. Pretty sure you... Yeah, I can't tell if you use it apostrophe it's there. That one's always tripped me up. Like IT apostrophe S, I believe also refers to possessive, but I've always just used it just as a contraction. And literally any other reason is ITS, no apostrophe. It is angry, agitated, and desperate. So again, this is the part where you have to think, oh, well, here we go. Battle again. We just do attacks. You know, for having extra damage and offense, I kind of expected more damage from that. There you go. Also, note something here. We won the fight. What did we get from winning that fight? Nothing. No experiences. No experience points. That's fine. Doesn't look like there's levels in this game. But you know what that means? Avoid fights at all costs. Because you don't get anything from fighting. Also, I have no more healing items. So remember, I have no idea how strong I needed to be to get to this point. And I have no idea if I screwed up. But it's too late. I can't go back. I had no way of knowing if my party was even close to being strong. Strong enough to take these guys on. Yeah, and I'm just going to avoid them because there's literally no reason to fight them. It's so dark. I don't mind the darkness, to be honest. It lends the... It lends to a feeling of uncertainty, which is what, you know, the whole mission of Black Mountain is supposed to be about. So yeah, I get it. The tight caves open up to a much larger and spacious cavern. The air here smells like smoke. You must be getting closer. A strange text. You can't make out what it says. Okay. Okay, this one took me way longer than I care to admit, but apparently there's a small hole right here. Yeah. And I have no idea why you had that barricade there. Just let us walk through. Right? That seemed very pointless. There's no enemies around here. There's nothing to do. It's just but bang your head against the wall and maybe there's something different. Seems kind of weird. Okay, and now here at the courtyard. And whoops, someone forgot some passability. Yeah, that's not supposed to be a thing. And that looks like it cuts off at the far right there. Yeah. Okay, moving on. Duriger Fortress. You have no idea what this strange contraption is or what it does. That be a vending machine. A strange glass vessel. There is a skeleton inside. I have no idea what it is. Don't touch it. Shame I don't have any other, chests that I could grab, get more stuff. That would be neat. Look behind the poster in the wall. It looks like a tunnel. It's a shame that you're far too large to fit. Oh. I didn't notice this my first time through. I may go back to this with my other character and see what's going on. Whoa, alright. Yeah, you know what? I'll come back and explore this later. In the darkness, you can just make out several figures behind the barricade in front of you. Gah, Vesves. And now you got 4 of them at once. Literally nothing in this game has prepared you for this moment. You had no idea if you were going to expect to fight 1 enemy, 2 enemies, a swarm of them. Because remember, there was a lot of time that I spent not learning skills. But because you could say this is beyond unexpected. Yeah, no, I'm not counting that. Okay, but fine. This is the time to, I guess, work. Reduce the attack of all enemies? Okay, let's try that. Oh, cool. And they have AoE attacks as well. All we can do is just keep on attacking. I didn't mean to do that, but alright, sure. Wow. Look at all the damage that we're doing. Let's see, could we use Warp Mind? Alright. Wow, this is actually the furthest that I've ever gotten. Normally I lose after like 2 turns. Huh. Wow. Alright, well, we're in new territory now, guys, because I've never done this before. Well, I guess that character change made an entire difference. Made a huge difference. Alright, let's see what's going on here. Your attackers are destroyed and the path over the barricade is clear. Though I can't imagine I'm gonna last much long... Oh, Stella is extinguished? Oh, okay. I thought that was a fancy way of saying she's dead. Alright, there we go. Alright, I ain't fighting that. I have no idea what's waiting me behind there. I'm just gonna keep going. The door is firmly closed and resist your attempt to open it. Well, alright. Foul-smelling liquids, like some kind of liquor, maybe. Nope, okay, walking on the shelves. Alright, I guess we do have to fight these guys. Oh, cool, 4 more dudes. Alright, this is where we're dying. And that's a dead cell. I don't want to die, she says nonchalantly. Sella collapses in a heap. She lives no more. And I'm right behind her. Game over. Beyond unbalanced. I don't think it's a balancing problem, Looney, because for me, this would have been a lot better if the party members behaved the way that they were supposed to. And if I brought in a full party here, I think that would have dramatically changed the outcome of this fight. I hesitate to throw out the word imbalanced when there's a lot of other parts about the game that just didn't work. So, in conclusion, Dead God Black Mountain. I will repeat what I said earlier about how I didn't mind that the game didn't have any battles up until the Black Mountain fight, the Black Mountain mission. However, a combination of factors that just did not come together in the first part meant that the Black Mountain mission was dead in the water. That's why there are fail-safes in most games to make sure you get the party members you need. Well, that's the thing. This game fully expects you to... this game does not guarantee that you should get those party members. You shouldn't need them. But then the question becomes, if you're not required to get those party members, how else are you able to beat this area? And that's the part where it's kind of fallen apart. I felt like I did everything I could to get as strong as I could in the time allotted. Had I known I would not have been able to get those party members, I absolutely would have focused more on, say, boosting my attack by working that one mining job and literally nothing else. So, I get that I get the need to customize, right? I really do. I like the idea of putting in 4 different character classes that you can play as. That's a great idea. However, when you design these kinds of games, you need to keep the entire game in mind. Whenever you make design decisions, you have to think about how does this affect every other aspect of the game. How does that affect you interacting with every other aspect? The character, the race that I chose meant that I did not have to pick up any other weapons. In fact, you know what? Speaking of weapons, let's go take a look at that. So the character that I picked, I did not have to worry about getting more weapons because I didn't need to use weapons. So let's go to the other character that I picked. Let me take a look at what's around here. I like the idea of getting more powerful through tasks, quests. It does seem difficult to get party members for the Black Mountain. So I'm going to be charitable here and write off the lack of party members due to a bug. Because, yeah, don't mind me just passing through. I talked to this person as an elf my first time through. I have no idea why she's like not recognizing me anymore. This, I believe, was my first playthrough. So actually, you know what? I probably shouldn't use 7 p.m. Is there a trainer here that I can... Actually, you know what? Yeah. Wait a minute. Let me just... Quit. Alright, quit. And then we'll do... Where are you? Was that it? Oh, I just did the same file that I did before. Alright, that is day... Really? Okay, day 2. Alright, that was weird. That was really weird. Okay, let's move on to... How much cash do I have? Alright, not a lot. One thing I just want to check. So I'm going to work a job. I'm going to get myself some cash. And then I'm going to go through some of the skill acquisition things for you guys. Because that's something I did not showcase in my playthrough. And I should have picked a different character just to show that off. My bad. Alright. So let's go visit a trainer. Good enough. This one's good enough. All right. Okay. So I learned two-handed proficiency. So that's what I have. Sword and shield proficiency, Satwind proficiency, and then two-handed proficiency. Why would I want to learn other different proficiencies? That just seems kind of weird. Like if you want to have different weapons, okay, fine. But yeah. Now let's take a look at this. Now we have our choice of 4 different skills that we want to learn, right? Who made the portraits? I think the dev did. Wide swing allows you to catch multiple enemies with your sword, dealing damage to them all. That's pretty good. Now we have to start over from the beginning. Bloody cleave. Whoops. Okay, Quillian Hook allows you to disarm an enemy and reduce their attack. Take 4 hours to learn. So, you're offering me the ability to learn a skill that reduces enemy attack. That only works if I fight enemies that have a lot of attack. But because there are no battles in this first section of the game, I have no idea how useful that skill will be. Remember, it takes 4 hours to learn. So 4, 8, 12, 16. If I want to learn all these skills, that's 16 hours. And that assumes I have the cash to pay for them all. That's a big commitment because it takes like 8 hours to work. And then it takes 4 hours to get the cash. Like that's a big commitment. So if I'm going to buy something, I need to know that this is going to be useful. Vortex spin is the ultimate maneuver. You swing your whole body around a whirlwind of death. What? So how is that different from wide swing? And that's just one weapon tree, right? And that assumes like I'm not going to multi-class. Like I don't need to have any other weapon skills. I don't get enough intel from the moves. To be fair, I feel like I do. Okay, bloody swing is just like wide swing, except factor then why the hell would I want to learn Wide Swing? Just learn Bloody Swing. And then is that different from Vortex Spin? Like, oh man. I mean, I guess this is the part where you can just save scum, and then if you don't like the skill, then great. Fine. Alright, fine. Let's just take Bloody Cleave, and then just for laughs. Let's get started. Train well and pick things up quite quickly. You've learned Bloody Swing. Bloody Cleave. Oh, so that costs TP. So now we have MP and TP as a mechanic. I gotta be honest. I think we should have just picked one. I don't know how that... Listen, I'm an RPG Maker dev, right? So I understand that there are different ways that you can handle TP. Players do not know. So 35 TP, I have no idea how often I'm going to be able to use that as a player. You know, I don't know if TP is preserved per after battle. I don't know if TP, how much you boost TP. I don't know if you modified the TP values. Like, I just don't know. Remember, you have no idea how the flow of battle is going to go until you actually get into Black Mountain. And by the time you get into Black Mountain, it's way too late if you want to get if you want to start making use of TP. I actually dislike the way TP is handled in RTP. I prefer replacing it or excluding it altogether. That's fine, but you know, I believe this is MZ. So MZ has a Vigistella TP mode system, which lets you mess with other TP values. Or you can just mess with it yourself, right? But as you have no way of knowing if the dev did that or not. And that's assuming you even know what how to use TP in RPG Maker. Remember, these games are made for players as well. Players who have no idea how TP works behind the scenes. Personally, I think it would have been better if you had more, like if you got rid of TP altogether and just used MP to replace all. Because that's one less thing that players have to stress over. Like you can stress about what's awaiting you in Black Mountain. You can also stress that you know how to understand the battles well enough to be able to survive it. Having these kinds of mechanics and no opportunity to practice them before the big mission, I think that's a knock against the game. You should not do that. If you're not going to give players the opportunity to practice, then I feel like you need to make the mechanics as simple as possible. And to that end, I think you should replace TP with MP. By the way, why in the world is proficiency listed as a magic? That's so weird. Oh, and I see that your party members don't gain those proficiencies, which is not... I kind of get that, but it also kind of sucks. That is a big shame. Wait, I recognize this music. Probably, yeah. Like, these are... So, wait, what do you mean you recognize it? Like, are you saying you recognize it from an asset pack, or are you recognizing it from, like, another game? I'm trying to figure out where I heard it. Oh, okay. Well, while you're thinking about that. But yeah, that is... That is the danger. That's the danger that comes with having an entire half of a game, or like 75% of the game, just be a practice or a warm-up. Let's assume that the game is working as intended and that I can get all 4 party members. That still leaves us with the fact that I'm struggling to find a balance between learning different proficiencies and learning the skills that I need. Frankly, I would be surprised if anyone was able to figure it out correctly and beat it their first try. Okay, I turned it up. I am mistaken. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's fine. So, and because you can't teach party member skills, you have to make sure that you're on point with your abilities. And that's just, you can't do that right now as it is. So, again, I'm of the mind that I don't mind the fact that there are no battles. but you have to make sure that your characters can learn everything they need to learn. So, and it's immediately obvious to the player what they can learn. So, I think it would have been better to have one selectable character at the very start. And then if you want to give them like a starting bonus, give them a perk at the very beginning. Such as, hey, a boost to HP or a boost to MP, or gain a proficiency in of your choice. That would help with the role-playing aspect as well, because technically you are, like, this is basically a blank slate character. That way, you don't have to account for all the other little quirks that come with different races. Or if you want to keep those, you can have your party members fill in those roles. So, just like what we saw with Sella and the painting. So, you can do that. And if you have enough stuff, and then players will have to pick and choose what they want to do, rather than be confused as to what they are even capable of doing. So if you start off with one universal character, and then give them like some kind of unique perk that lets them play the kind of character that they want to play, then you normalize a lot of the game's mechanics. And then when you go around and start looking up trainers, you know that you don't have to skip that whole mechanic. And then it just becomes a lot more easier to manage when you're making something as non-linear as this. But yeah, and that's kind of my problem. I think this game tries a little too much. But hey, sometimes you have to learn these lessons the hard way. I know I did. I learned a lot of lessons the hard way. So hopefully the dev has learned from this, and hopefully their next game will be better. So with that said, we are going to finish up Dead God Black Mountain right here. All right. So, what will be up next? I wonder. All right. Well, let's do the next one. Okay, yeah, this next one is one that I've actually been, because it does something cool that I wanted to talk about. Okay. The next one on the highlight is Dead City. So this is a pretty simple game. There's not a whole lot of complexity in the mechanics, but it does do one thing that I really want to call attention to. Are you awake? Were you asleep? Where are you? You find yourself in a public restroom. You have no idea how you got there, or why it's so filthy. You feel odd. Your body is stiff and slow to respond. Patting at your clothing, you find 2 large holes torn into the front of your shirt. Under the holes, you pull your hand away as quickly as you can. You try to open your mouth to speak, to scream. Frustrated, confused, and with rising panic, you stop trying. You don't know why your mouth refuses to form the sounds. You know only that you must find answers. There's a piece of crumpled paper on the ground. You pick it up and unfurl it slowly. The markings, words, are strange in your eyes. For a moment, they swim across the paper as if trying to evade you. But you keep looking. You feel understanding, coherence start to take shape. The note you can read it. Bathroom cleaning schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Eliza. Wednesday, Thursday, Guthrie. Friday, Saturday, Miguel. The names, they mean nothing to you. You drop the paper back to the linoleum. Maybe you'll find something more useful elsewhere. You look past the bloody sink. There's a dirty mirror. You look terrible. And you smell even worse. So, what in the world would you be doing here? Gosh, Nova, you didn't have to be so rude. I mean, sometimes you just have to tell it like it is. So, I have an immediate issue with this. For one, the game does something really cool, which is the grayscale aesthetic, except for the things that you need to highlight. Except for very important things right here, which are highlighted in yellow. But I'm missing something here, right? So, yeah, it turns out, yeah, not everything that you can interact with is highlighted in yellow, which, yeah, I've got mixed feelings about that. Because, like, okay, well, what's actually important? So movable stuff is, I guess, in the same color scheme as the rest of the background that you're not supposed to interact with. You see a note taped to the wall. Read it? Sure. To whom it may concern, if you think I haven't noticed the missing cans of tuna, you're wrong. I don't know which one of you is stealing food from the communal supply, but I will find out. Bodies. Blood. Who were these people? What happened to them? And look at that. See? The console here has yellow keys. So clearly you're supposed to interact with it. The machine is familiar somehow. Images flicker through your mind. Is this a memory? Wow, you're gonna finish it. Not if you keep distracting me. Okay, but I want next game. Oh crap, sorry, didn't mean to. Buster, you owe me a quarter. Buy you a drink instead? What's your name? It ain't Buster. Very funny. You gonna tell me? My name is... Pong. Pong. But yeah. Must have been a long time back if you have arcade machines with Pong on there of all things. Now give me a machine with Strive, and now we're talking. But I guess Pong was the Strive of video games back then. You see a note taped to the wall. Read it. That Pong lady left her keys by the machine again. I put them in the back cabinet. Okay, so that lady, I assume that's the lady that we just talked to in that memory. Oh, gasp. Who are you? Alright, good talk. Give me a machine with Arrow the Acrobat for the SNES Entertainment. Oh, God, the SNES Entertainment. The SNES Entertainment. Just say the SNES 10. You're doing that on purpose. I know you're doing that on purpose. There is a key inside. You take it. I want to point out that that handle was not gold. But yeah. Also, I guess not everything can be interacted with. So it's hard to tell what you can interact with and what you can't. Except if you find a note telling you to interact with something. Well, look at that. It's a dead city. Oh, look at that. This soldier seems to have a little gold dot right there. But I can't interact with him. Except you have to interact with him at a very specific spot. I don't know why it's set up the way that it is, but boy, that's weird. The dead soldier has something in his hand. It's some kind of remote trigger. On the bottom, something was hastily scratched into the plastic. One of two. Two needed for bunker. You pushed a button. I'm already loving this. I was drawn in as well, Dan. When I first got to this part, I was 100% drawn in. My finger is on the what button? Push the... Okay, yeah, that button. So yeah, nobody else is really in the mood to talk. So I assume this is where I used the key that I picked up, even though the game never tells me that. Yes, this is home, actually. You see a note taped to the wall. Read it? Sure. Hun, I'm sorry about earlier. I wish we agreed about all this bad gas stuff, but I didn't like leaving it the way we did. Dinner later? We'll talk. Dinner. Uh-oh, that's a lot of blood. There's a piece of crumpled paper on the ground. Read it. Hun, if you get home from work before me, don't panic. The blood isn't mine. A neighbor kid was bit by a dog or something and rushed in here. She's okay, but there was something strange about the bite. Hopefully it didn't have rabies. I'll follow up with the parents and I promise I'll clean up when I get home. Well, clearly, she never made it home. I'm sure she's fine. Yeah. There's a picture on the wall. There's something about it. Something about her. Images flicker through your mind. Is this a memory? I don't think you should go to work today. The kids are still at school, hon. Well, they shouldn't be. Maybe you're right. Either way, as long as the kids are being sent to class, teachers gotta teach. Just be careful. That's the beginning of the sentence. You need to have a capital letter right here, even though it's after an ellipses. Always am. I'm serious. If they order you out, don't hesitate. I'll come straight here. We'll meet up and then head to the square. Listen, I love you. Everything's gonna be okay. I love you too. Hun. Well, Everything's gonna be okay, huh? Kind of weird that I didn't get anything plot related. Like, by that I mean like item to progress, but okay. Clearly everything was not okay. Yeah, exactly. Alright. Okay, so I know the solution to this puzzle, but I'm going to move on and just keep looking around. A notice pinned to the wall. Read it. Yeah. Riley, I rigged them pumps up to control the backroom ladder. You already know the sequence. If you forgot it, you dingus, there's a diagram somewheres around here. Jim Bob. Okay, let's move on over here. Oh yeah, here's another note. She's crumpled paper on the ground. Read it. Yeah. I was playing and I heard a lot of bang, bang, bang coming from the square. I'm scared, so I hid. I want my mama. I don't know where she is. It's pretty typical, you know, zombie survivor notes. You know, obviously nobody would think to take time to write a note that elaborate when they needed to get out of there, but hey. A lot of crowds around here. Those are just ravers. I can't write. Okay, now here's the next problem. The game has already done a mix of yellow items for interactables and non-yellow items for interactables. So, you look at something like this, and I'll admit it, I passed this area several times before I realized that actually, no. This one time, you need to come up to this thing, and you need to push it out of the way to come in here. I've been trained up to this point by this game to look for items that are yellow like this. Like what you see here. But here, nope, this time, you gotta do something different. Which really sucks because the first thing that we saw, the first thing that we had to push out of the way at the beginning of the game looked nothing like this. If it had, maybe they would have been better to... We would have noticed that this was something that we could have pushed. But nope. It was something completely unrelated. So let's just go ahead and grab this book. You pick a textbook off the shelf. A set of keys comes tumbling out of the book. You pocket the keys. They may come in handy. Hey, Ryan, welcome in. How you doing? Book. Now we go in here. And I think the guy doesn't... This doesn't tell you this, but this guy was actually looking for the book. The zombie takes the book from you. It looks pleased. You realize you recognize him. Images flicker through your mind. Is this a memory? Markham? We gotta go. They're building walls out there. I don't think we can leave. Not if we keep hanging around here. The kids are gone, Tessa. No, you don't get it. You know, I'd love it if you'd stop saying that to me. Just listen, hon. Listen as I slide across the floor. I don't know if that was a problem with the walk animation or what, but yeah, these two just like slid across the floor without actually animating at all. Not sure what that was all about. Hey, Ricky, welcome in. How you doing? Cool style in this one, I agree. But I'm going to get into that in just a second here. Fine, I'm listening. Principal Markham just gave us all the news. What news? Faculty can't leave. What the hell is that supposed to mean? I know you don't. I know you got your history with the military, hon. But they said everybody who's been in regular contact with kids is at risk. Bullshit. Yeah, maybe. Either way, they're not going to let me out before that wall is up. So what are we supposed to do, huh? What now? Miguel and Eliza are preparing Joe's as some kind of shelter. I thought we could go there. Joe's? You want to ride this out at Joe's? Please, don't be that way. It's not like we have a choice. This bad gas shit isn't gonna stop at the door of the local dive bar, Tessa. I know that. Look, I have a few things to wrap up here. Will you be there when I get there? Please, just be there. And for those that are just joining us, that's where we started the game. At a bathroom in Joe's. So clearly he was there. Not sure why seeing the principal triggered a memory where he wasn't even a part of, but okay, whatever. In contact with kids? That's alarming. Yeah. Well, children are the most dangerous weapon of mass destruction, as we all know. Okay. And this is the part where I'm having some trouble, because I could not, for the life of me, figure out how to get to this note right here. And it feels like because there's a passability error right there. Because I don't see any way we could move these cabinets. But there's an item that I can clearly talk to, or read. But nope, I can't get to it. Which sucks. Because I believe that the true ending to this game requires you to look at every note and look at every memory. And I don't know if this note here triggers a memory or not, or if it just gives me something important. But that's just the way that it is. And this place is useless as well. It just has a bunch of ravers that are clipping through the corner of the desk. Sadly. But yeah, this is the whole game. What you're seeing right here. There's no battles. There's no RPG mechanics. In fact, yeah, this is all we have, and that's perfectly fine. Damn it, Rhyme! But yeah, that is what it is. So yeah, I encourage you guys to download this game for yourself and then see if you can make your way and figure out that note, because I would love to be proven wrong about that. In fact, it would also really help me because I have no idea how else I was supposed to know that if you go over here, this one random ass locker opens up and you get a key. Remember, items that you're supposed to interact with are highlighted in yellow, but cabinets and other stuff like that are not. So the only way you can find that out is either by reading a note that tells you where something is, or just mash your face against the wall and just hit action button on anything, expecting that it can be examined. Yeah. So, it's a shame. In fact, I spent a good chunk of my time, of my 1 hour with this game, looking around, trying to find what I should do. And I just happened to come across that on accident. Okay, so I'm not going to go through the whole game here, because there was one specific thing that I wanted to highlight. I'm just going to open this up, and I encourage you guys to go and download this game for yourself. Instead, I want to look at this right here. You see a note taped to the wall. Read it? Sure. Colonel says he emphatically did not approve of Michael's rewiring the building to give us redundancy for the laser defenses, and the officer's secure safe upstairs. He is pretty steamed at whoever did all this. Anyway, there are 3 switches hidden around the building. Don't ask me where they're at. The order to evacuate the town just came in and the brass is scrambling. I can't say if the person reading this is Army or what, but if someone is, that means you're alive and you may want to get out of here before something comes along and renders that untrue. If so, you need to disable the security system and use the key card to get through the doors. That'll get you plumb outside the walls. Don't say we never did anything for you. Corporal Arroyo and Private Partridge, who is effing dead. Forget front view vs side view. Which one is the best action button? Z, space, or enter? It's space. That is the most natural place for your index finger to be. Yeah, your index finger is on space, and then your middle finger is on Z, and then your ring finger is on shift. That's how you play RPG Maker games that only use the default layout. There's some kind of device sitting on the shelf. It has a single large button and appears to be wired to the wall. You push it. Okay. I'm just going to go ahead and highlight this right now. So, for those that know me, you're about to get very annoyed at what I'm about to do. So, stop groaning. Stop groaning right now. But for those that are just here for the first time, I like to advocate a lot for accessibility in your game design. Well, what does that mean? Well, it means that when you do your own custom assets, there are some quirks or some little facets that not everybody really pays a lot of attention to. For me, that's colorblindness. All you longtime viewers, shut up. I know. I'm going to keep harping on this until the problem is solved. Now, the thing is, this game is using color as a core game mechanic. And when you do that, you run a very real risk of alienating people with visual impairments. So what I like to do is whenever I see this happen, I like to run these through a colorblind test. So here's my screenshot. Let me just open this up in a new tab. There we go. And now I like to open this up right here. So this is a page, and I'll put this page in the chat in case you guys want to check it out for yourself. But here you can upload an image URL, and then you can run it through some color filters. And you can see the default look and see what happens when you have, specific types of color blindness. How some colors will just blend in. Now, you may think that you don't have a problem here because you have a grayscale pattern with yellow and red colors that stand out. And to people without color blindness, yeah, you're right, it will. So we run this through Protanopia filter. Yeah, fair enough. This is going to stick out. Not by a lot, but yeah, you get the idea. But you can see how the red on the stop sign definitely blends in a lot more than without. Now, there are different variations of color blindness, and every person's color blindness is not going to, like one person's color blindness is not going to perfectly match another's. I get that. It's not all going to be the same. But however, there is a very quick and dirty test that you can check. Because regardless of what kind of color blindness you have, people with even people with color blindness can still pick apart shades. So the quickest way to figure out if your color palette is accessible to people with color blindness is to just set it to grayscale. So what happens if we do that? Uh-oh. We see a problem here. That thing that you wanted to stick out to players no longer sticks out under grayscale. Obviously, people don't see in grayscale. But that is a quick... This is a good lesson. Yeah, you don't often hear a lot of people talk about accessibility because, color blindness affects such a tiny percentage of people. But if you're going to start making your own custom assets, I don't see why you should just overlook those types of people. So, how can you fix this? Well, the good news is, there's a pretty good way to fix that. It involves changing the shade. There's something that works really well, a simple shine highlight on an interactable item. That would work, yes. There are a number of ways that you can handle this. The first one would be having the shade of an interactable color be unlike any other shade that you have on the map so far. That's admittedly pretty difficult to do because when you're trying to convey information, you only have so many shades of gray that you need to work with. But that is one way that you can do it. The other one is, as Steel Soldier said, a shine highlight on an interactable item. So items that you can interact with, you can play little animations on them as well. Because, you'll still be able to see animations when they start flashing. Right? So let's go upstairs a little bit, because there was another one that was... Oh yeah, and remember that's even worse though. If you go back outside, remember that soldier that only had literally one pixel of yellow? Imagine how that would look to somebody with visual impairments. The next closest thing we can look at is this toilet lever right here. Whoops. Yeah, Gazo. Let's do that. Okay. There's a lever, and now you can't tell. So, it sucks. I know. But I always like to advocate for this because you don't have to worry about accessibility settings when you just build accessibility into your design in the first place. And I feel like, and I don't really blame Dead City for not thinking about this, because again, like I said, you know, there's such a small percentage of people that are actually suffering from colorblindness. And of those, there's a percentage of those that even play games. Right? But if you're going out of your way to make your own assets, I think you should keep something like this in mind. So, next time you're working on custom assets, try running them through the colorblind filter that I put in chat. Be like, hey, does this work or not? And if it does, great. Anyway, this is the quick and dirty way to do it. If you want to get more precise, you'd have to go through the other colorblind filters and then just see how they affect there. I spent a month doing some research on this, and I tried to build a pixel art palette that would hold up under all the different types of colorblindness. I eventually gave up because that was a lot. Like, it's one thing to pick a bunch of distinct colors that would all look unique under the colorblind filter, but it's a whole other thing to actually get them to look aesthetically pleasing to all three of them. Eventually, I gave up on that, but I think that work is still valued. But if you're going to make your own custom assets, I think you should at least start thinking about it from an accessibility perspective. Now, again, there are other ways around it, and each challenge is going to be unique, depending on what kind of game that you're making. So, use the now color. Olo. What? Yeah. New. Okay. Yeah, the new color. So, I just wanted to highlight that because, you know, Dead City has a really interesting aesthetic, but in my opinion, oh, wow, missing note. In my opinion, visual style should never come at the expense of clarity. On the note in the back. Yeah, that is hilarious. Yeah, that's just a mistake. Anyway, let's flush the toilet. Toilet flush has some usual wiring attached to it. You pull the handle. The toilet doesn't flush, but you have the feeling something has happened. And I think that's everything I can do in here. Except I have to talk to the stoller. By the way, are we a zombie in this game? Yes. Yes, we are a zombie in this game. Yeah, there's nothing else I can pick up here. Alright. Alright, let's see if we can talk to this guy. Also, yeah, put in a region at the very bottom to prevent the guy from wandering around here, because you would have no idea that this person was holding something useful, that you needed to talk to this guy, if he just stayed down there. The zombie has a note stuck on his back. Read it? Yeah, sure. Hi, my name's Private Partridge, and I'm a dumb piece of shit that got himself bit by some kind of rabid third grader. I'm holding a remote switch for some kind of fallout shelter built during the 40s. If you want to do me a favor, kill me. If you want to do yourself a favor, use the switch and hope the shelter is still safe. P.S. There are 2 switches. I got no idea where the other one is. Neither does Corporal Arroyo, who's writing this here message. All we know is that another grunt's got it somewhere. We already found him. Zombie has some kind of device in his hand. You gently reach over to press the button. So I'm not going to actually show it to you, but yeah, that statue that we saw in the square has now opened up. I'm just going to go ahead and get the normal ending of this game, and I want you guys to try and get the true ending of this game yourself. Why'd you pull that quote out, randomly, Rhyme? There is a very out-of-place lever bolted to the wall. You pull it. And that's all 3 levers. It's some kind of high-tech console. There are 3 indicator lights. All 3 are on. A button marked Disable Grid is lit up. You push it. Alright, we're not going to go through yet because we need to get a key card, which for some reason, I don't know why this was there, but it's just like an extra step. You have to come up here and you need to go grab the key card and then go back down to the area where if you disable the laser grid, the door in the back should just open up. Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. But whatever. Hey Nova. Hey Narwanda, welcome in. How you doing? How you doing? We were just you just missed a nice little rant about accessibility and visuals in game design. And now I don't know why there's an invisible wall here, but yeah, if you press the action button, yeah, the lasers go away. I don't know why. A blast of chilly, fresh air hits you as the doors open. Tessa, please be alive. You step through into the unknown. By the way, Nova, did you get any game with Harold? I got your game. You walk for what seems like years. Every step bringing you closer to... You approach the wall, unsure of what to expect. Whoa, hey Vix, ain't seen a roamer for a while. What can I say, Wedge? That right there is a roamer. Are you really doing this, the Biggs and Wedge thing, except you change one to Vix? Of all the times to put a Final Fantasy VI reference. Hi. I really do hate the sounds these bastards make. I know it's my turn and everything, but hearing you say that, why don't you take this shot and take this one, Wedge? Thanks, good buddy. You're welcome, good buddy. No, wait. The end. Thank you, developers. By the way, bam, that immersion is gone. In the original SNES FF6 translation, he was called Vix. Vix is the Ted Woolsey translated version. Oh, getting real obscure then, huh? Alright. But there's a second secret ending, so try again. I will leave that to you guys to find, because I believe that that second secret ending requires me to get that note in the basement that I already showed you that I couldn't get to. So if you guys can get to it, then great. Developers, is this a team game? I guess so. There's no credits on here, which kind of sucks. Yeah, you know, in the FAQ, it did say, hey, make sure to put in a text file for credits for your game. It was genuinely shocking how many devs did not do that, at least from the games that I played. Like, come on, guys. Crediting people is just common courtesy. Not to mention it was a requirement for this jam. Like, why? Why would you not do that? Shame. Anyway, so that was that one. Let's see. What's the next one that we're going to do? You know, there are two games on here that I have on my list, but they actually have generally the same theme. So I think I'm only going to do one of them tonight, and I'm going to do the other one Wednesday, just to keep things fresh. So, with that being said, let's do this one first, and then we'll do the next one. We'll do the other one on Wednesday. Yeah, because we got like 30 minutes left, right? Yeah. Oh, there you are. Wait. Come on. Okay, here it is. No hacks. Oops. Ah, crap. My bad. Active window was still in OBS. Alright, let's turn that down just a little bit. Yeah, that's better. Okay. This one stood out to me for some immediate reasons. And we will get to those actually pretty quickly. For no reason in particular, I'm just going to keep this window off to the side here. Alright, let's just go ahead and get started. You know, I always like it when developers like to include, themes of the game within the gameplay. And this game absolutely does that. This game should be played using a mouse and the keyboard. You'll click and type to progress throughout the game. Game supports autosave. Yep, got it. What was that kind of weird window? Alright. Connecting to Complex General Net. Complex.general.net. Looking up your host name. Complex General Net. Found your host name. Friday, July 8th, 2078 at 20:04:5. Welcome to the General Complex Net server. Your host is complex.general.net running version 3.5.9. This server was created Thursday, December 4th, 2070 at 19:04. Okay. Welcome to Lobby. Is there anything I can do for you today? Thanks, but I'm just here to meet up with my friend Muro. Have you seen him around here? One moment. My apologies, but no users named Muro have been found. Oh yeah, that's just his real name. His name on complex.net is Forbidden Habo. Well then why'd you start with his real name? That's weird. Forbidden Havok's last login was June 22nd, 2078. Seriously? That was like 2 weeks ago. I know he said he was going on a trip, but he told me he'd be back by yesterday, so we were planning to meet here today. I don't have any more information available. Whatever, I'm sure he'll be here soon. I'll just find somewhere to wait until he comes online. And at this point, you can just kind of wander around. Oh wait, hang on. Oh no, no menu? Aw. I forgot to turn on auto dash. Whatever. You can wait for your friend near the window on the couch. Lobby's where we always meet up before we join any of the other channels. There's no way he'd be anywhere else. The weird plants are always here. Me and Muro used to think they'd grow into something bigger, but they haven't changed at all since we first came here. I guess I'll just wait here until he logs on. I wonder what's taking him so long. Connecting to complexgeneral.net. Alright, so we're doing the same thing over and over and over again. I like the little watercolor distortions on the keyboard and the tablet here. This doesn't look like complex.net. Where am I? Type text into the console window below. You some kind of hacker? No, I'm just trying to log into complex.net, but who are you? I'm Darkwolf. Just never seen anyone around here before. I've never seen this before either. What is this place? This app's called No Hacks. Contrary to what it says, it's for hacking. Roll credits. Hacking? Uh-oh. I don't really know how to do that kind of stuff, so I'm going to get back to complex.net. This is complex.net. It's just the backside of it. Backside? You mean like where all the IR cop admins are? Kinda. You can think of this as the source code in a way. You can type console commands to do things you couldn't normally do in complex.net. Oh, like that console that I just typed in. You got it. It can make new files in your computer, or receive files. That's, cool and all, but I really gotta go. This is very loud, it's overpowering you? What, really? Come on, man. Alright, hang on. I'll just start over again. Alright, how about that? about that? Is that better? Yeah, alright. And then let's just get a little yes. Okay. I don't really know that kind of stuff, so I'm gonna go back. This is complex. Alright, let's see. Alright, I promised my friend Xandra that I was gonna meet up with her today on complex.net. If you're here, that means you're not getting back to complex.net the normal way. Your account just isn't gonna go back to normal. What do you mean? What happened to my account? The only way out is to open the ports in the service admin channel. But without that, this will be your new home base. No! I wonder if something happened to the server while I was gone. Can we use this console thingy to fix it? Let's try it out. Hold on a second. There, I made a folder so we can keep some files. Open the console, then type CD Dark Wolf to move the folder to your computer. Okay, I think I see the button where I can open that back up. Look at that. Change directory, Dark, Wolf. I did it, but I don't know if anything happened. It did. You know how you use File Explorer on your computer to access files like this app? Of course. I've been using a computer my whole life. I know how to find files. Great. Now you can minimize the No Hacks app and open the Dark Wolf folder on your computer. It should be in a subfolder of this app's main folder. It'll tell you how to use the message command. Try messaging me with it. Oh, and if you ever need help, just let me know. There should be the shortcut near the console. What could you mean by that? What do you mean by minimize the No Hacks app in order to find the Dark Wolf folder? What a strange quandary that has appeared before me. You know, this gag would be a lot more effective if the damn mouse would stop locking up on one side of the monitor. There we go. Well, look at that. The Dark Wolf folder. Huh. What could that be? Type the following text to your console in the No Hacks app. Message username. For example, message Dark Wolf. Well, whatever you say. Message. Dark Wolf. Hello? Did that do anything? Yep, I got the notification. Okay, but why can't you just tell me the commands here if we're already talking? Isn't this folder thing a little too much? Here in No Hacks, we gotta be stealthy. The IR cops will know something's up if we're not careful about it. The IR cops don't want us here? Oh no, that means we could get banned, since they're the ones who run complex.net. Like I said, we'll be fine as long as you reference the files I'm sending you. We're using the DCC send option, so they shouldn't detect those. Just do the commands I tell you, and you'll be fine. So, how do I get my account back to normal then? The only way out is if you contact someone currently in complex.net. They can open one of the portals in this ports in the service admin channel. Someone currently on complex.net. Hold on, you mean I can contact Xandra from here? Oh, I played this one. Yeah, it was pretty good, wasn't it? I enjoyed it. Yeah, you just gotta message them. Same as you did just now with me. But replace my username with theirs. Oh, well that's a relief. Her username's Mystica, so I'll message her now. Okay. It's cool. Yeah, it's got a really neat gimmick. Xandra, can you hear me? Murrow? What are you doing? Where are you? I don't see you. I'm in some weird coding place. I need your help to get back to complex.net. That's just weird. This is complex.net. I'll explain later, but right now I just need you to trust me on this, okay? Okay, but what do you need me to do? I need you to... Oh, hold on. Dark Wolf never told me what to do next. Who's Dark Wolf? You know, considering this is dialogue, I genuinely want to know how they're pronouncing the underscore in this name. Like, are they actually saying Dark_Wolf, or are they just saying Dark Wolf? For the sake of brevity, I'm just saying Dark Wolf, but The fact that it's so weird that it's like underscored. The underscore is in the dialogue. It just makes me wonder. She's the one who's been helping me so far. Hold on, let me contact her to see what we should do next. So, I guess now that I'm seeing this again, it makes me... I guess I kind of know there's some voice chat going on, but... if this was all done in text chat, it made me wonder, like, how did Moreau know that Dark Wolf was a woman? We just saw a silhouette, you know? So I guess they have to be doing some voice chat thing right now. Used to have a friend named Pasta John, but we refer to him as his username, Pasta __ John. Oh, wow. That would drive me insane if someone kept referencing that for my name. Because on RPG Maker Net, I was Red _ Nova, but I just called myself Red Nova, and then everyone just called me Red Nova. I guess I'm lucky enough that nobody tried to be cute and kept calling me Red _ Nova, otherwise I would have had an aneurysm, not gonna lie. Well, I have a friend who read _ in people online names. Red _ Nova. RUN! She's the one who's been helping me so far. Hold on, let me contact her to see what we should do next. Alright, and then message dark. Whoops. I cannot. Okay, it's so weird. Like the microphone is actually covering half this keyboard, so I'm kind of typing blind here. You know you can just use the shortcut button to message me, right? And that's weird. It's like, yeah, I get it, but you've taught me up to this point to contact you using the message. You yourself made a point to say, hey, we have to do this the sneaky way. So now why are you doing, hey, you can just use a shortcut button? Also, even if that were the case, I'm messaging you now. We're talking now, so just start the dialogue now. Dark Wolf, I messaged Xandra. What do I do now? I'll send you a new file for the next console command you'll use. It'll let you send your friend to another channel. Oh, so we're sending Xandra to services? Slow down, we can't get there yet. First, we gotta collect some glitch stones. What'll that do? We'll need at least 3 of these to unlock services. Then we'll be closer to fixing your account. Oh, okay. So where's the first stop? I'm sending you a file. Open the Dark Wolf folder to find it. With this, you'll have her join a channel called Bailey's Bikes. Okay. See what we got here. 2. Type the following text in your console with the No Hacks app. Join channel name here. For example, join Bailey's Bikes. You know what? I feel like playing around a little bit with this. So let's see what this game's about. You know, join just for laughs. What happens if we join services? That's not the right channel. I need to have her join Bailey's Bikes. Okay. Yeah, so the thing is, like, with like these kinds of fourth wall breaking mechanics, like my brain is like, okay, what can I really do with these? Right channel. All right. Fine. But I guess it is not to be this time. It's like One Shot. You know, I've never played One Shot. That game lit the whole internet on fire, but I've never actually played it. I think the fact that it had its whole gimmick, like you can only do it once, and I was like, okay, well, I'll wait for a little bit, and then I'll see if I can actually do it. But yeah, I never actually got around to playing it. Moreau, how did I get here? I have admin powers now, so I can send you between channels. Me neither. Hey, yeah, fellow hipster. We play all the stuff that's not mainstream. Yeah, that's what we're all about, I guess. Okay, but why? Basically, I need you to find some kind of glitch stone. Once you find it, we can move on to the next place. A glitch stone? Okay, what does that look like? Dark Wolf didn't give me the details, but look for something out of the ordinary, maybe. This isn't helpful, Muro. Sorry. I can check with Dark Wolf, but for now, just see if anything stands out to you. Okay, can I... Okay, there we go. Options. Always dash. There we go. Turn that on. Excellent. Alright, now we're gaming. This shop has a lot of awards. I guess there aren't many other bike repair places in Complex.net. Kind of wish you told me what Complex.net even was. Is it like VR chat or what? And why would there need to be a bike repair station? That's a lot of bikes. I can't tell if this is just a throwaway flavorless text line or a legit reference to the Godzilla movie where the guy's like, that's a lot of fish. If the dev is listening to this, please tell me, because I gotta know. That's bothering me a lot ever since I read that. Looks like this guy fixes bikes or something. Really? Yeah, why would a bike repair shop? A guy fixing bikes? Man, never would have thought. What's with the pat rhyme? What, did you think that was a reference to Godzilla as well? Hey, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. Why? I just thought I heard you talking to yourself over there. Some IRL family troubles or something? Not really, but... Don't worry, you don't gotta spill your life story to me. The last guy who came by spent a long time telling me his entire family history. And one of our regular goers goes on and on about his wife. So you could say I'm used to hearing it at this point. That's just weird. I'm not really here for that. Well, I'm glad to hear. You here for anything in particular? Just looking around, I guess. Okay, whatever suits your fancy, lady. Can I leave? What happens if I leave? Alright. You know what? Just for laughs, I feel like playing around with this game. Hang on. Whoops. Join. Oh crap, what was the first lobby? Oh, nothing. Okay. Oh. I thought that would be really funny to see like what kind of weird commands I can get away with. Like, when you open stuff like this up to me, like, my instinct is like, okay, are there any Easter eggs that you're putting in here? And I haven't been able to find any so far. I really want to find them. That's a lot of Xandra, you were looking at a wall there, girl. Not the bikes. Okay, that's kind of weird. Okay, well, let's message Dark Wolf and see what's going on. So, what do we need Xandra to do next? I'll send you another file. It won't be a text file this time, though. You mean it's not another console command to type? Nah, this one's an image. This place has a secret path that leads past the walls into the area we need. Through the walls? Yeah, this is all a digital space, so it's just a collision they left open. How did no one realize you could walk through walls, though? Beats me, but I'm sending you the file with the path that she'll walk through. Once she's outside the bounds of the shop, she's just gotta walk on the pathway I highlighted to get to the next area. The glitch stone is gonna be there. Whoa. I didn't mean to minimize that, but alright, sure. So, next item. There's a nice little screenshot, export. So that's where we gotta go. Okay. Simple enough. Xandra, you just gotta trust me and walk through this wall, okay? Are you crazy, Muro? Walk through a wall? It's some kind of glitch in this place. Just walk through the wall and there'll be a path you can walk down. You better not be lying about this. Up, there you go. What? I think I found what you were talking about. Yeah, you found it, Xandra. So I just walk out here? That's right. I have a map, so just keep going. It's not like you really need the map. This place is not complex. Just keep running until you hit a wall and then just change directions. Moreau, is this the right place? I think I see something on the other side. Maybe that's the glitch stone that we're looking for. Sure be nice if I could see it though, but right now the portraits are covering everything. Yeah, but how do I get there? Do I walk through this wall too? Maybe I should check with Dark Wolf first. Let me just go ahead and cross over that because I know that's something I need to do. You know what? Let me see if I can be cute. I know what the command is. It was like switch 2. Muro, did you do that? Yeah, I can only turn one up. Yep, alright. I guess that was not thought of. Whoops. If there's a dead end, it would be harder. Okay, yeah, that was definitely not supposed to happen, but that's alright. Dark Wolf, do we have any other new files for this one? Yeah, you're gonna have to turn switches on to help her get across. Looks like you can only turn one at a time, so you'll have to plan it out to get her to those middle platforms. So she can't just walk through the walls this time. Doesn't look like it. Look at the file I'm sending and it'll have the commands you need. Yep. Alright, so. Yeah, the command this time is just switch. Yeah, switch 1 and then 2 and 3. Okay, got it. Bruh. There you go. Oh, so that wasn't the right one. Oh, okay. Huh, I wonder if I went through this area and then tried the switch commands earlier, before the cutscene even plays. But whatever. Whoops, switch 2. Is this that weird glitch stone thing you were talking about? Yeah, I think so. Good job, Xandra. We got what we needed. So this is all we need to get to your account back. Dark Wolf said we needed a few of those, so I don't think it's over yet. Okay, then I guess you can check with that weirdo on where the next one is so we can get this over with. Okay. Actually, you know what? Because I'm gonna be a little shit here. Alright. Yeah, it's not gonna work. Yeah, fair enough. That makes sense. Yep. Alright. You thought of that. That's good. Dark Wolf, we got the first glitch stone. Where's the next one? You're gonna send her back to the lobby. We'll find a back door there next. Oh, okay. Why am I back here? Dark Wolf said this is where the next glitch stone is. Wouldn't we have noticed it if we come here all the time? Yeah, I don't remember seeing anything like that before. Well, hurry up and ask that weirdo where we're supposed to find it. So, where's the glitch stone in this place? Just like last time, there's a back door here. I'll send you the file that shows the way. Yeah, so just go to the right. Simple enough. This seems oddly convenient, but like, I think Muro had a good point. It was like, yeah, if they go here all the time, how in the world did they not think to walk up against the wall? Oh great, they found me. So how do I get past these cameras? Does your weirdo friend have any ideas? Yeah, there's gotta be a way around them. Let me contact Dark Wolf. There are cameras everywhere. Is there another secret wall or something that Xandra needs to find? Not this time. You're gonna use some console commands to change the directions that the cameras are facing. I'll send you a text file with info to guide you through how to change the camera directions. Use the help command for more info if you're having trouble turning them in certain directions. So this works out basically the way that you would expect. Cameras are cam number and then direction. For a visual of the camera manual, type cam help. All right, simple enough. Right there. Pretty basic, I gotta be honest. Because, like, it's nothing, like, the groundbreaking, the cool part about this is in the gimmick, but the puzzle itself, very easy to solve. Right? That's my only real, I don't want to say complaint about this, but it is something like, the puzzle design itself needed a little bit more to it. I can't lie. But. So, one is left or right, because it doesn't really matter. Map editor screenshot, that's clever. Yeah, and it's like the third time we've seen that here too. Yeah, these are very clever. I like how it's blending in like actual editor, like map editor screenshots with console commands. It really does give you the idea. I'm going to do a games journalism here, but yeah, you feel like a hacker when you do stuff like this. All right, change the active camera in its direction. Use the command in Dark Wolf folder. Camera 1 left. I think, okay, wait. Is it camera 1 or is it cam 1? I forgot. Oh, piss off. Cam 1. Okay, cam 1. All right, got it. Bruh. Cam 1 left. There we go. Cam 2 up. Cam 3 left. Come on. Cam 4 up. Cam. Which one was cam 5? Yeah, that's 5. Okay. Cam 5 left. Cam 6 up. Cam 7 left. Okay. Whoops. Bruh. Cam 6 up. Whoops. Yeah, okay. Got him confused. There we go. I mean, again, nothing groundbreaking. You just got to put in the commands. And once you understand that, then the puzzle is very simple. I found a glitch already. Should we get to the next place? Dark Wolf didn't mention this one. You can take it with you, but I think there's another one still in this area. I hope we can see Event Manager next. That would be great, wouldn't it? Looks like you got to get past the last camera and go through the wall again to the right. There's another path ahead, I guess. Is this where we're supposed to be going? Yeah, keep going. This is the last one. Holy lag. Alright, Dark Wolf, what you got for me? You seeing these lasers, Dark Wolf? I see them alright. I'm going to send you a text file that'll help you deal with them. You can turn the stationary ones on and off, but the moving ones only have the option to slow them down. I don't see a permanent solution either, so she's going to be on a timer here after you type the command in the console. Alright. And this is another one that I think could have used another tweak, because I actually never used the slow command the first time, because the lasers are just fast enough that you can outrun them. Or not outrun them, sorry. You can position yourself just fine, you don't need them. Okay, so it is off. So it's just off. Alright, that's all you gotta do? Okay. Alright, just keep going. Ow. See? Yes, found another glitch stone. I wonder what would, I never actually bothered to check what would happen if I didn't pick up that other glitch stone. But alright, sure. I guess you guys can go find that out yourself. So, it's a dead end. A Dark Wolf weirdo probably knows something, right? Yeah, I'll ask her where we should go next. Dark Wolf, we got the last glitch stone, right? Yep, that should be the last of them. Now you use the join channel to send her to No Hacks. Okay. By the way, Nova, a few days ago before the jam started, I told some RM streamer you would become a judge in a big jam. When they checked the jam, they thought the host misspelled your name. They're not on RMN. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I'm only known as Red Nova on RMN, which is now down. So, yeah, that does not surprise me one bit. Maybe it's time for a true rebrand. I am known as a different variation of Nova across just about every platform that I'm on, for maximum confusion. But hey, I mean, I'm linked to all of them, so I link to all those, so why not, you know? Wait, no, I'm still Red Nova on YouTube now. I forgot, I'm technically a YouTuber now. So, yeah, I guess there's that. But yeah. All those weird glitch stones we've been collecting are here. Now what? Oh yeah, you're right. I guess we're gonna have to do something with all of them, but let me ask Dark Wolf about it. What do we do with all these glitch stones, Dark Wolf? We just gotta rearrange them in the right order. Here, I'll send you a picture file that shows you the combination you need. Once we solve this one, we'll be in the home stretch. This sounds like Subnautica. Are you talking about the soundtrack? Alright, so what does No Hacks do? S-M-I-R. Okay, can do. S-M-I-R. We're in. Now she can reach services. Yeah, finally I can get my account back to normal. Just like she's been going through walls in the other channels, this place is no different. With that puzzle solved, she should be able to walk through the walls and into services. It's different though, just similar. Yeah, no, I know you're not accusing anybody of stealing from that track. It's just saying it sounds like it. So this is services. Okay, I'm gonna send you another file. In here, you'll set her to an admin operator. That way, she'll have the admin power she needs to get to the end of this place. Okay. That is OP username here. Okay, for example, OP Mystica. Okay, let's try that. Wait. At. Whoops, my bad. Whoops. Xandra, I passed on the power. What happened? I made you an admin operator. Yeah, I can see that, but what do I do with this? Oh, hold on. I think Dark Wolf's sending me another file. Maybe it'll have another command we can use now that you're an admin operator. Oh, we get to kick people now. Oh, isn't that great? Type the following text in your console in the No Hacks app. Kick. When facing another user, this will kick them from the current channel. Well, whoops. We have been given powers that we should not have. Uh-oh. But why would you tell us to kick it instead of telling us how to fix the account? There's a lot of servers here. I guess this is why they call it services. Anyway, let's go kick people. And this is unfortunately another puzzle that you really don't need this command for, because with some clever maneuvering, you can get through this without kicking anybody, like so. There's no game over if you are caught, so there's that. It's a little lenient in that sense. It just sends you right back to the beginning of the level. But like, wow, that's a lot of people here. Ah, crap. Yeah. Turned around at the exact right time. So they found me. How do I get past them? We can use the kick command while you're facing them. Then we'll kick them out of this channel so you can get through. And neither of them are Okay, so I get why Moreau wouldn't question this because, you know, at this point he has absolute trust in Dark Wolf. Fuck. But I'm wondering why Mystica doesn't bring this up. She's been the one that's been, like, second-guessing everything and calling Dark Wolf a weirdo. It's like, bruh. It's like, it is kind of weird that Mystica is just, like, blindly following this at this point now, too. I kind of wish she put up some more that ain't happening again. I kind of wish she put more resistance up for kicking people from her own, these channels that she's not supposed to be a part of. But, nothing deal-breaking, to be honest. It's just a weird little thing I've picked up on. Alright, so what's up now? Alright, what are we doing? Well, here we are. There's someone on the screen. Who is that? There's a lot of code on that screen. It looks like they're making some kind of project. Hey, look, it's RPG Maker. Aha, you see that? There's the RPG Maker event window. And they're wow, they suck. They're using light mode on RPG Maker? Ooh, boy. I hope they enjoy the eye problems in 5 years. The monitor must be broken or something. It has all this static. Can't quite make out what this one is supposed to be. It looks like on the wall there's some kind of chats open, but I don't really want to get involved in that. Yeah. This screen has a lot of random stuff happening on it. That's Database Manager? Oh, you mean the one on the right. I was about to say, no, the left one is not Database Manager. I don't really know what all this stuff is, but there's no time to dig through it all. Oh, right. Ad breaks. I forgot about that. Whoops. Boom. You thought you can get through a stream without Bezos? Too bad. Alright, Dark Wolf, what's going on here? Dark Wolf, there are IR cops everywhere. Yeah, but your friend is an admin operator now. Okay, yeah, I'm already here. Alright, go ahead, call to let someone want to kick someone. Oh, that's it? I mean, if you really want, I can add a shortcut for it. You want me to add a kick button? Nope, I'm already here. And you can do without it. You can always turn on the options menu if you decide you need it, though. Okay, yeah, but like... Ah, here we go. Are these the master servers that we're looking for? I don't think that's it, but I feel like you're close. Just keep looking, Xandra. Okay. Bruh. Come on. Oh, that's weird. Wait, are you? Wait, pressing enter or pressing action doesn't always trigger the event that's right in front of you. Oh, that's so weird. Hmm. I forgot what I was doing here. I thought that the one at the area up top was somewhere I didn't need. Okay, let's try heading back up and just see if there's anything that we can get away with here. Oh boy, he's looking right at me. Those soulless eyes. Whoa. Whoops. Wait, does this work? Nope. Okay. Yeah, there's nothing up here. These guys really are just sitting around, just looking around, not doing anything. Okay, nothing else here. Okay. Then we just head on back down. Past these guys with very poor eyesight. Yep, alright. So yeah, this is where I need to be. Okay, this is dumb. I beat this game before. How am I completely forgetting where to go? I feel like I'm close, but close is not good enough. Oh, well, there we go. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, that's one of those situations where it's like, wait, why is it looking all around me instead of where I want it to go? Okay, Dark Wolf, what you got for me? What do you do with this console? I'm hacking in just a sec. What the? Did you find it? I did, but this was not the password I was expecting. Is it something really easy? I guess, yeah. Let's get in, Dark Wolf. What's the holdup? I'm sending it to you. It'll be in the Dark Wolf folder. Just type it in the command console when you get it. Okay. Password. Okay, let me just type that in really quick. And we're dead. Just get Bezos out of here. Oh no, what happened? Complex.net. It just crashed as soon as I typed that password. It won't let me reconnect either. Did I break my account even more? Oh no, that's the only line of communication I had with Xandra. I gotta try something. Oh, hold on, the console's still here? Type text in the console in the bar. Interesting that it told me what kind of console to use, what kind of command to use. I kind of wish we intuited that on our own, but whatever. Mystica. That's Xandra's username. Oh yeah, I forgot that the command I typed to make the Dark Wolf folder. Maybe I should check the folder to see if there's anything I can use that's in there. And sure enough, there's a new folder called Mystica. With a bunch of stuff on it. Read me. Here you go. Message Dark Wolf for more info. Here's a bunch of other stuff. BFFs. Wow, look at all this. I wonder where all this came from. Alright, who took a picture with that? The hell kind of controller is that supposed to be? At first glance, it looked like a PlayStation controller, but then with all the shoulder buttons off and the joy... Wow, that looks weird. I wonder where all this art came from. I'm legit curious now. I should go look up the devlogs and see what's going on. That's a very unflattering picture. Anyway, full name, Xandra Saku. Location, North Harbor, Compass World. Birth date, September 20th, 2066. Oof. I can't contact Dark Wolf, but if she were here, she'd probably tell me to look in the Dark Wolf folder. And I did. Unless there's... Nope, nothing else there. Yeah, message Dark Wolf for more info. Okay, I guess we have to... Alright, fine. Even though I'm doing the exact same thing that I had the shortcut to do, but alright, sure. Why was there all this information about Xandra on my computer? She never sent me any of that stuff. I don't know where it came from, but it's really creepy. Dark Wolf, what's going on? And there's the face reveal. It was all the info I could salvage before Complex.net went down. Are you Dark Wolf? That's right, the one and only. How are we even talking if Complex.net is down? Our computers are connected, you know, because, well... You've got to know what's going on, right? Okay, Muro, let me be straight with you. This wasn't the original plan. We took down Complex.net, didn't we? It's okay, you don't gotta take any blame for this. But I typed the command. I'm the one who hacked you in the first place. Wait, you hacked my account? Okay, so here's the story. You know Killa H, the IR cop admin? The one who made this Complex.net server? You're trying to avoid the question here. Come on, I'm trying to be real with you. She's my mom, and she took away my Complex.net account. Said she didn't want me RPing with my clan anymore. So the only way I could get in to run any commands was if I remotely connected to someone else's IP address to have them run the commands. But who would have thought she'd make the password as simple as my name and birth year? Real top security here. Like, that's what, like, you're gonna end off on that? Be like, yeah, like, but you're just crying because you got your account taken away? Wow, that's so childish. Hold on, are you saying your account was broken so you stole my account? That's one way to say it. But you opened the door for me when you typed that first console command. I can't believe this. You used me this whole time to take down Complex.net, and now there's no way I'll ever get to talk to my best friend ever again. This is the only place I knew where to find Xandra. But now you know where she lives, her contact info, all that. You know about that? Wait, are you the one who put that Mystica folder in my computer too? It was my way of apologizing for the whole thing. I was able to hack into her account while it was all going down, so now you can contact her and keep in touch. What is wrong with you, Dark Wolf? That's such an invasion of privacy. I feel gross even having this information about her. Well, it's all you've got, so use it. Sheesh, not even a thank you. Man, this Dark Wolf character is such a bitch. Are you kidding me? You're the reason I can't talk to her in the first place. And you must know how to get Complex.net back since you broke it. Look, what's done is done. We took it down and that's all there is to it. Won't Killa H just find out you did it anyway if she's your mom? Nah, it was through your IP address and your account, so she can't track it to me. If that's the case, I'll give her the info. I'll tell her I found the password because her daughter was the one who hacked in to find me. Hey, come on. We're bringing Complex.net back. I guess I just meant to take her account down in the first place. Didn't realize it would bring the whole server down. So to bring it back, we have to bring her account back. I don't care what it takes. We're bringing it back so I can talk to Xandra again. Okay, but you know it's not going to be pretty when you get back there. She's probably just going to ban you. If that's what it takes, then as long as I can give her my contact info and she can contact me the right way. Okay, no more extra files or secrets. I'm telling you what to do straight in here, and we're gonna fix this. Open the console. We're gonna roll this. Okay, type make directory complex.net in the console below. I'm not a big fan of how it's like, I know most players are probably not going to pick up on this, but this is case sensitive that you're showing here. but there's no case in the console commands. So I wish that this was all just one case, ideally mimicking what you have, the font that you have here. But that is weird, especially because these types of console commands are case sensitive. All right. Wait, 2078. Whoops. One more thing I was going to look up really quick. Oops. That wasn't it. Yeah, okay. Holy shit, these are kids. I'm just now realizing this. Yeah, no wonder they were so trusting and unquestioning. Yeah, Xandra was born on year 2066, and now it's 2078. She's like less than 10 years old. Yeah, no wonder. No wonder they were so trusting. Yeah, okay, clearly they haven't learned anything about net safety and not trusting strangers. Yeah, that I was wondering my first time through, was like, wait, why are they just so trusting about a no-name hacker? It was like, wait, that's why. They're kids. Yeah, of course they'd act like that. The only way to bring this complex.net server back is if we invite the one who made it. So that means Killa H. Okay, let's do this. What's the command? Am I really doing this? Hurry, I don't want it to time out. Okay, you're gonna have to type the command invite Killa H services. But then you gotta act fast and message Mystica. Okay. $78, $66. It's 12. Yeah, you're right. I added 2 instead of subtracted 2. That's why. Either way, I think the point is the same. They were still way too trusting. And I would, attribute that to their young age. I can math. So the hackers reveal themselves. Muro, hurry, send the message. Rabia, I can't believe this was you. Yeah, it was me, all right. What if I put in a wrong console? Do I get a different ending? That's not right. Okay, yeah, no. All right, fair enough. Oh, nope, okay. Dark Wolf doesn't do anything. Oh, save does something. Xandra, I don't know if you're there, but this might be my last message to you. Here's my email address, so send me an email if you get this. And I'm banned. One year later. Muro, where are you? I'm just hanging out in my room. How about you? Okay, now this is kind of weird. I get that they're taking more of a cartoony aesthetic, but I just assumed that this was the character's avatar. But now that I know it's not, what the hell is up with this dude's nose? Like, wow. All right, did not expect that one. I guess this is not the actual character. Oh, wait, is this their online? Their borders are different, so wait a minute. What's going on here? Am I just overreacting? No. I'm at the bookstore like we planned. Did you forget that we were hanging out today? Wait, you mean hang out IRL? I thought we were just going to play that new MMO that came out last week. Well, yeah, we can do that too, but I want to pick up some volumes of Mystica. Wait, there are new volumes that came out? No, I'm just kind of behind. I honestly kind of dropped off of it after Xeon got all those weird powers, but I guess I got inspired to get back into it when I saw you reading through all of it. You gotta catch up. The most recent arcs get really good. Yeah, well, how about you come over here and show me what the best ones are? We don't have to just talk on the phone, you know. Okay, just give me a minute to get ready. Yeah. I'm glad Xander and I got to stay in touch over email after the whole ban from Complex.net thing. I just gotta get used to all this IRL stuff. Oh, what's that? Oh, we got another file. This better be the last file. And after this, I've gotta go meet up with Zandra. Zarya? Why did I say Zarya? Alright, so what are we doing here? Yo, Murrow, it's Dark Wolf here. I guess you can just call me Rabia, though. Anyway, just wanted to say sorry about all the stuff that went down with your account. I didn't mean for your account to have to go down with me when we got banned. Hopefully you found a new server to go on, but my mom snatched my headset away, so I'm not going to be around on Complex.net anymore. You might wonder how you got this then. Well, to be real with you, my name was never Dark Wolf at all. Dark Wolf was my brother's username. I was just using it so it wouldn't get traced back to me. Luckily, he's doing me this little favor to send his last message to you. If you didn't end up finding your friend Xandra, maybe my bro can do you a favor and help you find her again. I hope that's enough of an apology. I'm never really good with these kinds of things. So, see you never. Kinda sucks how, like, the person who, like, caused all this doesn't really get much of a comeuppance, but... whatever. And now we go. Alright, time to go meet up. And that was it. That was a nice little game. Yeah, the gimmick of using actual, like, console commands, or at least simulated console commands, was a really neat one. So yeah, I definitely think that that would fit a beyond expectations feel, because, you know, meta games like this are kind of, you know, I don't want to say expected for a jam with a theme like this, but man, they are welcome. I found very few games like this going in. Granted, I'm not done with all of them yet, but yeah, really great idea. I just wish that the puzzles themselves had a little bit more complexity to them. Like, they were good, but I feel like the beginning and end of the complexity of this game was the puzzles. Was the console commands. And honestly, once you get used to them, it's just the commands. There's nothing real creative about it, but the use of the console commands themselves are great. And they add a new level of immersion to these kinds of puzzle solving procedures that a lot of other games just don't have. So, thank you for making this great game. I think it's, yeah, that's the kind of creativity that I wanted to see in this jam. I could do a lot less with the freezing that just suddenly happened. Oh, it wasn't frozen. It was, huh. Well then. Well, okay. Anyway, Michelle Ricard, great job on this. And is that it? That's it. That was a great time. I really do appreciate that. So, this one definitely got a high rating from me. I won't tell you what it is, but yeah, I thought it was great. It was a great time. And with that, we are going to go ahead and call it for today. I'm going to see if I heard game over sound effects. Well, there weren't. Yeah. Thank you very much for playing. I wasn't able to hop on until the end of the stream, but I'm the developer. Hey, well, thank you. No, I'm the one that should be saying that. Thank you for making this a really fun game. Yeah. So yeah, I went through the whole thing and I just gave my thoughts on it. So you can check the VOD out if you want. But yeah, overall, I really did enjoy it. I think you did a great job with this. So I hope you're proud, because you should be. Yeah. Yes, good work. Very good work. Yeah. I'm glad you had fun playing it. I'll definitely check out the VOD to see the whole playthrough. Yeah, please. I would appreciate that. It was fun to make too. Yeah. Yeah, that's so cool to put in like actual like console commands. Never mind, the sound effects is from another Judge stream and from another tab. Rhyme. Are you saying that you're paying it? Wait, am I only a side attraction to you? Am I second monitor content to you? Is that what you're trying to tell me, Rhyme? Shameful. I can't believe this. Anyway, it's fine. But yeah, thank you all so much for dropping by. And hey, we have two eyes. You know what? If you can split your eyes to look at different different monitors, you need to use that power for good. We know who it is. Do you now? Anyway, yes. So, Serena, great job. I hope be proud of what you've accomplished here. And I know the other judge that played that enjoyed their time with it too. So I encourage everyone to go give it a shot. So with that, I'm going to drop you guys off at Hawk Zombie, and I'm going to see if I can get off another... Whoops. I'm going to see if I can get off another game or two under the judging belt before I move on with that. Oh, hey, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate that. You didn't have to do that. But yeah, thank you so much. All right. Well, with that, thank you so much for dropping by. We're going to have another highlights episode on Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So be there or not. I don't know. You guys can do whatever you want. All right. Where are you, Mr. Zombie? Oh, it looks like you just started. Perfect. All right, we're going to go ahead and raid into Hawk Zombie, and we're going to have... I have no idea what he's playing, but if he's playing a game that I'm going to... Well, I'm probably going to dip out anyway, but especially so if he's playing a game that I am judging, because I want to go into it completely blind, so I'm not going to look at somebody else's impressions of the game first. But yeah, thank you all so much for dropping by. I do appreciate that. Hawk is between judges right now. Okay, good. So thank you all so much for dropping by. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yeah. All right, later.